I'ma stand on the cabana. I ain't know, no. I didn't know. Oh, okay. Finally, damn, this dude was taking forever, man. I'm trying to get a ride. This nigga taking forever. All right, so let's get it. Trying to expose some of this hypocrisy in the black community. One things I do want to make a point about, though, is that the brother Red Pill Alpha. You left the keys in the car? Damn. Well, I'm finna start walking, man. Alright. Appreciate it, though. But, yeah, man, I'm finna send out these invites to people. Because Red Pill Alpha, he made a good post about Rashad Jamal and the hypocrisy of the community that's following him. And I had commented under there agreeing with the post, but the brother threw a shot at me. He threw a shot at me. I was like, bro, fire post, come on alive, let's expose hypocrisy some more. This nigga looked at my page and was like, nigga, he said, expose what? Go expose your own community. Now, he already cleared up his stance on that. He said he thought I was Mexican or something, but this is the problem with that. Well, you can't just automatically, because basically you can fuck up my face card like that. Basically, you can fuck me up trying to do some shit like that, because what you're doing is you automatically jumping and playing this race card. And this is what the problem in the black community, this is our hypocrisy as well. So this ain't just about no Rashad Jamal shit like that. This is about literally the actions of the people in the black community. All right? And this ain't only solely about the black community, because I'm sure this happens in other communities. But hey, see my skin. You see my skin, man. I'm mixed. I'm mixed with some white too, but I don't live with the white community. You know, I don't get white privilege. So, yeah. I'm sending out these invites though. So grand rising, everybody in here. Grand rising to my family. Sending out these invites. Hopefully, your boy come through. What's his name? Whatever his name is, I'm gonna send an invite to him. Red Pill Alpha, send an invite to him. But yeah, man, so yeah, let me send this invite at Red. There we go. There you go. All right. So yeah, family. This is one of the things I wanted him to realize, though. What he did when he seen my profile and I commented under his post. What's up with your fee? What he did was fucked up. Not mainly for me, because, you know, me personally, I really care less about racism and shit. But just for the simple fact that because he thought I was Hispanic or Mexican, he automatically started to talk shit. Well, not necessarily talk shit, but he told me, nigga, you can't expose nothing in my community. Go expose your own community. Now, there's a lot of problems with him saying that. One is because being that if I was Hispanic, completely Hispanic, then my nigga, they treat Hispanics like black people. They literally treat Hispanics like blacks. Say, I feel you. Native and white only mean I don't fit in two groups. I was discussing this with my wife and was watching the movie You People last night. Yeah, like the movie You People. Yes, that's a good one too. And then I was watching National something shit. the Martin Lawrence movie when he was a cop. I can't remember what it's called. National Treasure, some shit, something. But it's a lot of black rhetoric, and he makes it clear. He makes it clear and shows the mind of the black man today. Y'all need to watch this movie. It's called not State Property. It's called National something. I can't remember. But it's Martin Lawrence as a cop, right? And it's a funny movie. It's pretty good, but he makes a lot of points that black people make. So when the dude was like, hey, do you know how to hotwire the car? And he's a cop. He like, you know how to hotwire the car? He's like, why? Because I'm black? And it's like, bro, because you're a fucking cop and I don't know how to do it, so I'm asking your ass. Same thing. He said, do you know how to break in the lock? And he stopped himself. He stopped him before he answered. The white dude stopped Martin Lawrence and say, he copied and mocked him and shit. Why? Because I'm black. And he was like, couldn't even say nothing because, nigga, we know that you're going to say that. You have a predictable mindset. You think you've broken free from the reins of oppression when you're literally being the one who's oppressed without nobody trying to oppress you. Nobody ain't even got to do nothing no more. All we got to do is ask, do you know how to do something? And then you're going to automatically oppress yourself. Because I'm black, huh? Because I'm from the hood, huh? Because I'm stupid. You doing that to yourself at this point. So this is why the problem with what Red Pill said. Because him automatically telling me I can't point out hypocrisy in the black community or in any other community because I'm not black shows that he's trying to be pro-black. But at the same time, he talking shit on Rashad Jamal and his followers, which are black. And he's pointing out the hypocrisy. So if you're going to point out hypocrisy, why can't somebody else point it out? Now, I get the idea of another race trying to tell you about your problems. I get that. I get why you wouldn't want that. Right? But at the same time, nigga, y'all do it to everybody else race. Think about that. Black people, everybody else look at all the other races and be like, look at this hypocrisy they doing. Look at the bullshit they doing. And then when we do it when somebody try to do it to our community, we tell them, shut up. What we got to start doing is accepting. We got to start accepting the other people's views, even if we don't like their ass. Let's hear what they got to say. I'm finna bring you up though, bro. Before you joined in, Red Pill, I was saying that I like the points you was making, but I also want to use our encounter as to why we have as to one of the reasons of our hypocrisy, or one of the examples is that when I first approached you on the post, I was big up in the post, but because you thought I was of another race, you automatically came with some opposition type energy. And so to me, I think that's hypocrisy, or I wouldn't necessarily even say hypocrisy, but I think we got to grow from that because that's very damning for any youth in this world today.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
I agree, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for doing this. You know, standing up for what's right is always ideal. You know what I'm saying? And I can correct myself whenever I'm wrong. You know, so you know what I'm saying. I extend my hand to you and apologies. You know what I'm saying? Hope that you shake my hand and hope we can move forward from this moment because we on the same side. We on the same team. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I like that energy, bro. I'm fucking with that. Appreciate you coming like that, bro.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I love what y'all doing, man. I love what you're doing. You're a very talented young brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And we
right,
strong,
man.
we strong together.
Man. Right. And because I like the shit you was doing on that post, and what I wanted to make a big post about was how my legacy, me personally, I'm trying to unify the oppressed peoples. And I've looked around the world for many years and went through the history and realized, damn, all the working class of each nation or each landmass is being oppressed. by their rulers, by they rulers. It ain't even that somebody else came to oppress them yet. They
Right.
own people oppressing them.
You're absolutely right. The few control the many.
Yeah.
And it can't be that way. It's like, yo, it's like, how is a handful of people controlling all of us?
Right.
As strong as we are, as great as we are individually, we all got greatness in us. I see you a powerful brother. You know what I'm saying? And you're reaching the people that you need to reach. That's why we talking right now. That's why I'm saying everything happens for a reason. So whether people clash at the top and figure out how to work together and move past the moment, that's the best thing. Like, I done seen niggas in jail, like, go to jail for killing each other, bro, and then make up in jail and become friends in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if niggas can move past that point, we can do anything, man. And see, like, we the largest group of people that's at odds with each other. They got us. We got all these little small cliques and these little groups that got us turned inward. You know what I'm saying? When, like, that's why I'm saying, like, when you shake up a beehive, family, do one bee or a group of bees come out to defend the nest, or do all the damn bees come out?
All of them.
All of them come out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, look, we can have our own groups and ideologies and beliefs, but we all the same people. And when we start to move like that, nobody can disrespect us. Nobody can do nothing to us. Nobody can take nothing from us. We more powerful than we realize. And these people know we powerful. We literally the best at everything we do. So what do they condition us to do? To go at each other. Because nobody can outdo us at what we choose to do. So when we choose to start working together, nobody can outdo us at what we choose to do. You know what I'm saying?
But see, this would be my question to you. When you say we, who are you referring to? Because when I say we, I'm referring to every race.
Anybody who's suffering from this system, we all under the same bullshit. We all under the same tutelage. Like I said, like, a lot of brothers be ready to go to war with people who you pay food, clothing, and shelter to a whole other motherfucker, right? We all under the same bullshit. We got more in common than we disagree on, and if we can put the differences aside and realize, yo, we all getting fucked over by the same system. Imagine if we all say, you know what, enough with the bullshit, and we're gonna work collectively together to set a new era. You know what I'm saying? All the little shit that keep us different will fade to the back, and them motherfuckers gonna get scared because they gonna say them niggas is finally working together. Our tricks ain't working no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's about all of us, man. If you pay rent to somebody, if you pay bills to somebody, you in that same system with all the rest of us. So whether you black, white, polka dot, you know, you got a tail or whatever. I don't care what you are. If you under this system. You know what I'm saying? These people live, like, the thing about it, the 1% of the people, they live on us. They live on our dollar. They live on our strife, our pain, our misery. You know what I'm saying? And we be going at each other while they just sitting back, kicking back with their hands up, just laughing at us.
Yes, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Like earlier, I was gonna say this: the power, like when they talk about how the nations or the government is supposed to support the people, or the power is with the people themselves have gave the power to the nations and to the rulers and the leaders. So whenever it come down to it, the people keep fighting each other, looking at the nation as the power, not realizing we the ones with the power. The ones who really need to be fighting is the leaders.
Right.
But because they in the same bed and they working together to fuck all of us over, then we all just powerless.
It's about the future. I made a vow to myself a long time ago to not be a nut ass old head. I'm not selling young niggas nothing. Like I said, I'm not selling you a key to the shackle on the slave ship. We all on the slave ship together, and niggas is trying to sell keys to each other. I got the key to give me cash at me some money, and I'm gonna give you this key. Nah, if I got the key, I'm unlocking every goddamn shackle. I'm unlocking all of us, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we gotta move. We gotta watch these charlatans, motherfuckers who be trying to sell you game.
Bro, what you just said is crazy. That shit is fire as fuck. nigga, that is like, yo, that's it right there. Nigga, and them niggas is really trying to sell the keys to the freedom, bro. And some of them say, well, bro, what you think I had to do for? I had to go pay for all this paperwork to get me free. So, nigga, all right, now that you free, set me free. Nope, you got to pay too. Like, damn, that's fucked
Like
up.
we stand on the shoulders of giants to see further than the giant. You know what I'm saying? Not to take selfies with the giant, not to become the giant, but to carry on the work of the giants. Our ancestors laid down the foundation for us to walk on it, not for us to stand in the road and argue about it. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get somewhere. This ain't about me. This about y'all. Y'all the future. You know what I'm saying? And if the elders is not working for the future, then they ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So if any way I can help, if I can help the youth, if I can help y'all, I'm more than welcome. I would dispose any of my assets to help the youth. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about the future, man.
That's right, bro. And that's what the main thing. I think a lot of people, when they, like Rashad Jamal's, when they think of the future, it's limited. They're only thinking about their community, their village, and it's like, bro, we live in a big ass world. Like, if you continue to perpetuate a race war, do you not know this shit will never stop? Heaven that you want to build for your kids, they ain't gonna see it because they gonna have to pick up guns and continue to fight their life away. They're not gonna have the ability to live because you tried to initiate a war to fucking eradicate a whole race of people. By nature, it's impossible to eradicate these races.
So let me drop some science on this. A lot of this is predicated malevolence. You know what I'm saying? And that's somebody's intent to do bad, right? In a sagacious way. So all of this is based off of symbolism. You know what I'm saying? The people who walk on black and white floors and hide behind blue doors, they got this whole race war set up for us. Because it's about the day and the light, the dark and the night, the polar opposites, the sun and the moon. You know what I'm saying? Jackson and Boaz. You know, just like the red and blue symbolism is a symbol. It's the polarities that clash. All of this is symbolic, and it got people playing out the grand chessboard. That's why you see in all these movies, all of these programmings. That's why they say back to your regularly scheduled programming. You see the black and white symbolism on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Albert Pike wrote in 1871. He said he wanted the Third World War to be a race war between Muslim and Christian. That's why they try to build black people up. Look at what they did. You know, go back and look what they did with the FOI and all that shit. Those motherfuckers really try hard to build black people up to be Christians. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, to be Muslims. And they wanted white people to be Christian. And they want black people and white people to clash on that note. You know what I'm saying? This is all symbolic. You know what I'm saying? And see,
what that shows that there's a hidden hand. And I've been telling people about this for a while. Like, we all kind of sort of know the Illuminati or whatever, but that people don't think racism is a part of it. People think racism is a natural reaction because you different than me. No, bro. There's a bunch of different shit in this world that you don't automatically have a disdain or a hate for. You have been conditioned to believe this is a reaction.
Look at that, family. The unseen hand. Pick that up. You know what I'm saying? Pick that up.
Yep. And this is something we have been conditioned to react like. We don't even have this side of us, man. No baby.
Right here, look. See this shit right here? Pick this shit up too. You know what I'm saying? While they got us arguing about dumb shit, they lining us up. I've been telling motherfuckers since 2009. I've been telling motherfuckers since 2009. They trying to outlaw vitamins, make them poisons. They talked about how it's too many people on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Georgia Guidestone shit. You know what I'm saying? All that 7 symbolism. Mile marker 777, 7 miles off the road. 7 is a sacrifice. To, you know, just like with your phone. To delete this message, press 7. To save it, press 9. So they sacrificing. That's why the
now check this.
Look,
we
Pfizer, look, Pfizer, right?
Go ahead.
sacrificer. Sacrifice.
Right.
They took the sacra off. You know what I'm saying?
Religious, right.
Right. You see, right, exactly. You got it. You know what I'm saying? All of this
Yo, bro,
is just strategic, man. And
it,
so the more that we can keep these people fighting, they won't see the walls closing in on them.
that's a fact. See, now, what you saying is hella fire, and I'm finna dive into that. First point is when it came to them Georgia Guidestones. When I seen them crack them Guidestones, I said to myself, bro, this is the same thing Moses did before he decided to slaughter millions of people, thousands of people.
Yep.
When he went up there and made them stones, the stone tablets, when it was time to actually fulfill the stone tablets, he had to break the tablets to create the new one type shit.
Right.
When he
You tap in. You know what I'm saying? Now look, when they broke them tablets, right? They broke them tablets. They dug up a time capsule that was under the tablets, right? Yo, that shit take at least an hour to do that shit. They try to make it seem like that was some white hats type motherfuckers. No, that's these motherfuckers. The one thing to understand is that these motherfuckers is gang banging right now. And while these motherfuckers is gang banging about what to do with the goyim, with the masses, because some people like fresh blood in their matzo balls. You know what I'm saying? So if other people are saying, yo, we wanna put this shit in people's blood that's fucking shit up. And they don't agree on that shit. Some people are saying, no, we still using these people as cattle. Some people are saying, no, we done with these people. You know what I'm saying? So while they beefing about that, we got time to get shit in place. But if we don't see what the fuck is going on, one thing how they want us to think is that these motherfuckers is infallible. Now, they didn't have agenda 21, 23, now they on 30. These niggas is fucking up.
Yep.
They dropping the ball. We doing shit that's making a difference. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't realize the momentum that we got, that shit will be all for nothing.
But see now, this momentum that you're talking about is hidden, maybe because if you like music in the background or something.
Say what?
So you got something in the background?
I'm on 2 live streams right now. I didn't know you was about to go live. I sent you the link to my man live stream. So I'm on 2 live streams right now. Let me turn this shit down.
Yeah, that's right. But the shit that though, the movement that we got, this momentum we got, it's being hidden. A lot of people don't recognize the momentum we got because, like you said, these psyop, co-opted mindsets that these people have, like the race war. Some of these people are really embedded into that shit, like Rashad Jamal.
And look, not to cut your wisdom, but it's about waiting on something to happen.
Facts.
Every day that you waiting on Jesus or you waiting on the Anunnaki, you wasting time. You know what I'm saying? If you think that they just gonna come and save you and everything gonna be all right and you ain't gotta do nothing but just, vibrate or whatever. No.
Yeah.
We got work to do out here. You know what I'm saying?
And to have a solar flare and make them get superpowers and shit.
Like even right now, if our adversaries was wiped from this planet right now, right? It would still take us generations to get it together because we fucked up.
Yeah.
What's up? What's going on?
I talk about that a lot. How people have.
Hold on, wait, Drew. Let us finish this real quick. Wait one second.
Sorry.
So yes, bro. If we definitely said our adversaries got wiped away, or let's say like with reparations, because that's a close talk to it. If we were so called to get a position where we were essentially free, we would enslave ourselves again because our minds are fucked.
Right.
That's a lot of this work. A lot of people want us to instantly have a physical solution, but mental solutions, we need that first.
Like we got to deal with one of the biggest things that's plaguing us all. We programmed to laugh at the misfortunes of others. We don't see each other
Right.
as family. Like we are literally sit and watch somebody's life get fucked up, or like think about it. When we was kids, they gave us shit like Looney Tunes, people getting hit in the head with mallets, and they put a laugh track behind that. And then and fast forward to the adult, we watch shit like World Star, and we laugh at the misfortunes of others. How can people with a mindset like that progress as a people?
I was gonna get deeper too. I was gonna when I came in, I was gonna be, are you having trouble waking up in the morning? Are you having trouble coping with your day? You know what I mean? We've created this wonderful drug for you. So like every commercial, I don't even watch TV, but if you do even stare at it for 5 seconds, it's inundated with like just a sea of drug commercials. And so we're looking at a medicated society, because I can tell, like, you talk to people a lot and they cannot cope with like what would have been like a normal anxiety or a normal problem like 10 years ago. Now they want to talk to their doctor. Now they want some kind of medication to cope with their feelings.
Ticking time bomb.
With what they're feeling. They can't even cope with what their own feelings inside. And that's a scary thought, that we're trying to band all these people together that are like in mental, turmoil. They're all spun around.
Right.
The fuck.
Y'all seen a movie called The Signal?
I think I did.
Like 2016 or something like that. It's called The Signal or The Cell or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So everybody got the cell phone, right? And the cell phone sent out a signal and it turned everybody into zombies. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that's fucked up is the people that was on the phone when the signal got sent out. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's already happening, dude. Have you gone out to eat recently? If you go out to a restaurant, I think it's already working, because everybody's like I mean, nobody's talking to each other at all.
Yeah.
It could be a family. It could be a family.
Different, bro.
The kids got to do. Everybody.
The movie's different, Drew. The movie cell is different. Them motherfuckers, that shit activated in the ear, and they were literally smashing their own head into glass.
I can see the transition.
They became a hive mind mentality. It was almost as if they all connected like cell phones. It was like if one sees a person, they all see it, and they all run to that person to try to like make that person a zombie, because then they say this, or they do this audible sound that turns another person into a zombie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, they all roamed around the cell phone towers at night, to download their next mission.
Whoa.
See, check this out. It was also when they so-called needed to recharge, the bodies didn't actually go to sleep.
Right.
But they lay down, and it was like a big football field of them all laying down.
Right.
Like the field was moving like it was the whole field.
Right.
But they were singing opera out of their mouth by just
what that was it's like let's say like when you watch YouTube, your YouTube keep a history of everything you watch, right? So everything that these people watched or encountered with their devices, that shit was coursing through their system. So if this person was listening to opera, or that person was listening to jazz, or this person was watching a how to fix a car video, all of that shit was playing all at once. Or, you know what I'm saying? While they was like downloading this shit.
Well, they're trying to.
Yeah.
So every time
they're creating a situation like when you talk about the Internet of Things, graphene oxide, graphene OS. They got a whole operating system for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if these motherfuckers is all getting, jabberwockied up, they getting
the jabberwocky.
Look, they getting forced to go on dates with men in the Poconos.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
and they getting this shit up inside them, and then you got the 5G signal. So
every time,
basically that's an electronic fungus right there.
Every time your phone comes out, though, it seems like there's a new biometric added to the phone. There's some kind of new weird thing that it's tracking. Every time a new comes out, it gets more complex. Now you need your face to open. Now you need your you need your thumb.
It's the Internet of Things, and to be a part of that, you got to be a thing.
Right. This is what I want to do, because to people in the chat, it might sound like we jumping all over the place, but we know where we going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it so y'all understand what we're doing. We jumped into the vaccine a little bit, to the IoT, and we probably gonna go into 5G and all of this chimeric research, digital chimeras. But the reason why we even talking about any of this is to show that the world is being attacked. The people are being attacked by the powers that be. And we are being distracted with Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. We being distracted with race wars and motherfucking just everything other than the human race being depleted and being depleted and attacked. So this is what we need to recognize. And even the race wars and all of this shit, we should look at those and start to see externally there's somebody controlling that to make that a part of their plan to exterminate as well.
You can't trust what's real. You know, you gotta have discernment with shit and put everything on trial. A lot of times we lead with our feelings, and it's like when you blind, you feeling your way through life. Like remember Ray Charles used to feel bitches' wrists because he couldn't see. So when you can't see, you feeling. And a lot of times people is responding to things with their feelings. We're not looking at things with a detective eye. You know what I'm saying? We got to have discernment because you can't trust what's real nowadays. They got AI for Christ's sakes.
They're trying to,
you know what I'm saying?
Trying to get you.
And it's like look what they're doing with the AI. They're giving AI to everybody.
It's going to be
They're allowing people to make whatever they want with AI, deep fakes and all that, to the point where you're going to have to verify that you're a human being to get online. You're going to have to verify that you're a human being to do a bank transaction. You're going to have to verify you're a human being to complete a phone call because they're giving out this AI and all this tactics of deception to each other. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you don't know what's real. Somebody can fake a video right now and put it up online and say, "Look, I just seen something in the sky."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But see,
you guys see how that's though?
Drew, look, I'm gonna pass the mic to you. I'm gonna just say this one thing. The crazy thing about confirming if we are human is that the robot is the one asking us that.
Right. Right.
Go ahead, Drew.
Well, they got you.
Right.
They got people comfortable once again with technology. Though it's easing you into getting. It's like the pre-show. It's all foreplay. It's like, okay, well, you guys like the filter, don't you? Yeah, keep that filter. Like all the filters and all the other shit that was coming out, and we're like, oh, that's pretty crazy and pretty cool. Now you advance that thing where it's like it's full
right.
on you.
Right. Cool filters and shit. Yeah.
They've recorded how many fucking hours, and
right.
you volunteered for it. So it was like they have all of you.
Right.
Dancing.
And, you know, I want to encompass everything you said here. You know, just like the brother was saying, you know, put this together. You know, these things are distractions and tactics of how to tighten the noose further. You know what I'm saying? So when we try to climb over these mini hurdles that they throwing out in front of us, they are literally closing the grand scheme of things around you. They're building this around you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like all right, like remember when they shut the world down and you know people literally really stayed in the house, and then they came back outside and seen structures they never seen before. They're building this around you. You know what I'm saying? So they use different tactics to keep you distracted. You know, while they get more efficient at keeping you in a divisive mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you travel through that maze of divisiveness, right? You just stuck in the middle. You can't get out. You know what I'm saying? It's no end game to that. You know, people will literally be arguing to the slaughterhouse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like literally. You know, like think about like with Nazi Germany, right? A lot of people say, damn, well, how did it get to that point that they put people in the ovens and shit like that?
It was a build-up.
Now look, they got them people to disarm themselves.
Yeah.
They convinced them people that gun control was necessary and nobody needed a gun.
Can I interject?
Now,
absolutely, bro. Peace to you.
The brother that joined in, I want to say his part. I like his comment that he made. If you can't read that for me, bro, and then dive into it.
Show a peace of mind to all my brothers and sisters out there. Yeah, the founding fathers and sisters of these programs, these energies, are no longer here on world. All of these entities we talk about that are trauma based are on autopilot. So it's of your choice to dwell into them. So if you want to dwell into those energies that are still here, that breaking down day by day, that's your choice as having free will, as being, right? But there are other energies out here that suit you if you pay those things, right? As far as us coming together and resources and sharing like we call Thanksgiving every day. But
This
you
would
know,
be my
we spend
this
so
my question to you.
right, we spend so much of our ether, which we call time in this illusion, right, on stuff that really doesn't pertain to, you know what I mean? Like we could be building a utopia to be, right? The word old don't mean past, old means original, right? So we keep building monolithic original things that gave all beings life, not just a set of beings, all beings, because we are not racist, right? Everybody has a set of skills. Everybody has a set of genetic codes. Everybody has a set of genetic energy. That is nobody's racist.
Right.
This is who you are, and if you don't like being that person anymore, you're gonna try to copy somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
But now this is my question to you though,
True.
because I like what you're saying, but when it comes to this autopilot programming, and I'm gonna use Rashad Jamal as an example, although some people may not agree with my example, but I would say he's on like the racist autopilot. Now, if you disagree, for the sake of this argument, don't say nothing. Just let me make the point. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you're on autopilot for whatever it may be, and you feel intellectual, and you got the people that's kind of sort of backing you up to make you kind of accept that ideology that you are intellectual, then how or when, or what kind of way would it be to show them that, hey, you kind of are on autopilot? So
So like,
my example is Rashad Jamal. So if you disagree, you could use somebody else, but like for the sake of using that name just to be on relevant
okay,
to the topic.
so you know, okay, so when I say autopilot, right? For example, you got cars like Teslas. You really put that bitch on autopilot, like literally, drive you, right? That's the same way with your consciousness, right? You have different frequencies you back into. It's like a life high, like you get high, like literally. You know what I'm saying? So like certain beings are on certain frequencies, right? Some beings are, you know, how we say crown chakra or the throat chakra, the solar plex, the sacral, I mean, and so forth, right? But like I said, everybody, what you choose to do with energies is on you, right? Right?
The reason why I'm asking you that is because I feel like sometimes maybe people like Rashad Jamal are not completely aware of the effects that their rhetoric has, that they're just so embedded that they think it's just, this is the real truth, this is the shit.
We're not getting to the finish line unless we do it together. That's
Yeah.
all I
Well,
about.
well, look. Well, let me touch on a couple things that you said. You know, I definitely appreciate what you say. You know, when we talking about building, right? Building is a science. You know, we have to have knowledge to build. So everything that we do is a build. We're building to build another build, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to get to the point where we can build structures, like think about it like right now. If somebody could give us a blueprint right now, lay out a blueprint and say, build this structure, right? Unless we have the knowledge and the skill set necessary to build, we can't really build. We might have the intention to build, right? We
Right.
can feel like we want to build, but we have to have that knowledge and that skill set, applied science. You know, we have to have skill set, various different subjects to put that together to be able to create a structure. You know what I'm saying? So it's a process. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like Bobby Hemming said. Everybody don't wake up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's skill set is not equal. This is why we work together, because it's like, all right, some of us are stronger than others. So I can't expect what somebody else like. Like you ever normalize your own greatness?
Yeah, I don't get mad at. I don't get mad.
Like, look, I'm asking y'all a question. Have y'all ever normalized your own greatness and somebody had to tell you, like, damn, you know, you're really good at that.
You're right. Yes, bro. I do that with music.
Right?
Yeah.
But to somebody else, that's something great.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So when we work together, it's equal. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Some people we can't. Sometimes we expect things of people that are really don't have the potential in that area that we do. They might be great at something else.
That's right.
But when we all put those great skills together, we all great. We all solid across the board. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned a lot on here. Is that like you think when you get raised in like, especially the fucking 80s, like every old person would always be like, well, where else are you gonna go? Where everything's like, you know, this, and where else are you gonna go? And I'm like, and you know, and you get to talk to people now, and you're like, oh, you have the same values, and you want the same things that I want. Like, I'm a father, so I talk to a lot of other fathers.
Right.
But, you know, that's a global thing. Wow, what do you know? You know, and it's meeting other dads from all around the world. Like, wow, what do you know? They want the same thing I want. They want to make sure that their child's life secured, that there's a purpose behind it, that there's like, you know, good things awaiting them. You know, all those key like core things that we thought were like in place, but now we're all in jeopardy. And it's just, you know, it just happens. It's like a fucking casino. It just happens to land on our generation to have to stand up again. Other generations have had to do it, and we're gonna have to do it.
Right.
And it's just a matter of time.
We have to like.
Let me say this real quick. Like we have to look at things from different perspectives, right?
Yeah.
We all come from different walks of life, but a lot of times we look up, but we never look down into the situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
We don't look at things from a ruler's perspective. If you ruled a bunch of people, how would you treat them? Would you treat them all the same, or would you treat them differently so that they, you know what I'm saying, have things to agree on? You know, if we all have the same crapshoot, right? Then we all start to say, you know what? These motherfuckers is the problem. But if some people get treated differently than others, when I bring my plight to that person, they say, nah, I don't know, man, because I don't have that problem with that. It's like you on your own, man. And then now we clashing with each other because you don't see my problem and you don't identify with my problem. That's what happens with us most of the time. Is because we're treated differently intentionally, because the masterminds know if I treat all of these people the same, they will have a common goal, 100. A common interest. But this is what I'm saying. The more that these people play their hand, the more they show themselves. We are at a time more than ever in history where we all getting fucked the same way.
Eyes wide open. Eyes wide open.
So you got people who have been blind to this shit the whole time when we've been telling y'all, yo, they fucking us over. And people are like, no, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. I think it's y'all just complaining. Now them people are saying it with us, like, yo, they fucking us over. And we like, hello, we've been telling y'all.
You gotta be patient with the people that, like, you gotta be patient with people, because sometimes it has to creep into a part of their life that they can see.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
I had to step back.
I want to address this comment that I pinned, and then you could get the mic. Matter of fact, I want Zero to get the mic because he raised his hand earlier. I Embrace said, that's not true. Intentions is everything, and we have some so-called leaders to teach the rest that may not know something, but I understand what you're saying. My only pushback to that is intentions is not everything. Intentions are important, but it's not everything, because I can intend to help somebody out, and I can end up fucking a lot of shit up. And I didn't know how to carry out my intentions the proper way for this environment or whatever the case may be. So it happens in relationships. You might like for me and my lady, she looked like she in her feelings. I might hound her about what's wrong while she telling me nothing wrong. And now we arguing, and she wasn't even she wasn't even in argue mode. She was just trying to isolate, and I've overpressed it, and my intentions was to heal her, help her get over her feelings. I ended up making it worse, and now we fighting. So intentions are important, but you got to know how to carry them out. Go ahead, Zero.
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to add on to the brother. Yeah. So if we're as a whole, right, as beings as a whole, we definitely have to address all the basic needs first, right? As far as resources, I've been talking on this topic for a long time. Hugh knows this. Me and Hugh, we used to talk about these type of topics all the time,
Yeah.
right? Our basic needs still haven't been addressed yet, right? Fresh water, you know,
Right.
free energy, you know,
Yeah.
housing, which I call states, stuff like that, that really
Shit.
Right.
hasn't been fully addressed yet. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, moving forward with building, you know, all of this utopia, crazy ideal imagination stuff is going to have to be last on the list because we still haven't got to the small stuff yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Baby stuff.
as I'm riding through Atlanta, this portal, right? I'm seeing like a lot of areas are starving still, you know. A lot of women are still walking outside alone with their kids still, you know. A lot of fathers are still behind bars still. You know what I'm saying? No protection out here still. You know, jobs are still giving 725. You know what I'm saying? 1025. There's still a lot of pieces to this puzzle
There's
that still hasn't addressed yet. You know
there's
what
a lot of charitable people.
And we got to be the change that we want to see in
I
our
have a-
communities.
I just have one. I have a question though, like, because I live out in the farm, like farm. I'm 15 minutes, 20 minutes from like town, like the last suburb of Charlotte. It's like the outskirt.
I'm in Charlotte too, bro.
Nice, dude. I'm up in Olin, like above Statesville, like right above Statesville. You know what I mean? So like I'm out here. How do we like? Let's say we needed to help Charlotte. How the fuck do we? Because these people up here. I'm from Jersey, where it is pretty much like dog eat dog, and there is very little chance of neighborly love. Down here, people like they're not built like that. So like I've had people help me out like more than ever here, ever, and it's kind of taken me. It's made me be. Well, I mean, I've always been like that, but I feel like I'm amongst my people now, where it's like this is how it should be. You know, if I have something and I can give it, or I can teach, or I can join up like a co-op type of situation where like you can do that really good, I can do this really good, hey, let's meet and swap whatever.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of like the farmers here when they told the, you know, there was gonna be some kind of food shortage, they laughed.
Wait 1 second. 1 second though. I want Zero to go deeper with his thing because I really like what he was saying.
Real quick though, how do we get farm to city though? How do we get the food? Like he's saying, like, you know, like they're hungry.
And I get that. And I get that. We
create the pipeline.
Right.
Create the pipeline. Like, you know,
Right.
Everybody that knows somebody has resources. Like right now, as we talk, anything that we talk about, we all got pieces of the puzzle. So if I say, damn, you know, I'm hungry, I want to make a sandwich. You might got some bread in the crib. You might got some mustard. You know, you might got the relish.
I haven't.
You know,
even better.
So we all got resources in some way, shape, or form.
Like
the more that we start to talk about things and we can get a pipeline from my city to your city to his city.
That's what I'm saying.
You know? We be the change in the communities that we want to see. Yeah. You know.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I want Zero to say his point because he was making a fire point about the necessities that the people need. And but hold on, brother. Hold on. I want to make this point important because I did bring alive about the hypocrisy in the black community. And I made the point to say this is not only about the black community, but I want to hone in on the black community for the shit that Zero just said. Because us as a community, we can use this point that I'm making for everybody else, but I'm just only speaking on black right now. Right. We got a lot of shit that we need to focus on, like he said, our water, our community, our fucking air, our food, and one of the things I brought in is our mental, our brain, our mind, how we think. This is highly important because this is what keep us in the loop of being oppressed. We keep going to the oppressor for help. Mm-hmm. We keep lying to our own people to not recognize how we even got into oppression and how we continue to be oppressed. So it's a lot of shit that we gotta fix. Small shit. It's big, but it's small. Before we get to the even bigger shit, the grand scheme of things.
Right. You know, let's drag out these things. You know, you got people that get super chat money and put it in their pocket. You know, we got platforms where people spend money to argue with each other. They spend $20 to insult somebody, where you could have fed somebody. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of this shit is uncouth. And as a leader, if you got people on your platform giving you money for nonsense and bullshit, why are you not at least taking a fraction of that money and doing something in the community that's withstanding, that's long lasting, that means something? You know what I'm saying? Look, like the people with the most righteous intent and the most morals is at the bottom of the fucking list. You know, with these people online and shit. You know, I meet so many brothers that's righteous and good at heart, and it's like when I see how many subscribers they got, it's unfair. You got people that's out here, they got thousands and thousands of followers. They ain't doing shit with that fucking money that they getting, yo. They get thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I spend money to go live. You know what I'm saying? I employ niggas. You know what I'm saying? I give of myself as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Every one of us has that requirement. If we're going to come up and stand up and say I'm a leader, or I'm enlightened, or I know something, and you want to be of service, well then be of service in real life.
Right.
People need shit in real life. And if you getting super chat money and people buying badges and supporting your Patreon, and you're not taking that money and taking it to the streets, now look, I don't need you. I don't need none of y'all to make videos showing yourself feeding the homeless. We don't need to exploit, you know, our people that's downtrodden. We don't need to exploit them. They just need the help.
That's what
Trust me,
what I was leaning on right.
They will appreciate it, and you will appreciate yourself knowing that you did something good. We don't, like, you know, a lot of times these people do shit for photo ops. Oh, look at me feeding the homeless. And then when you want to show a downtrodden brother or a downtrodden sister with shit all in their fucking head and shit to show that they fucked up.
So I
like you doing good or something. That ain't cool.
Yeah.
Don't put these people on blast like that. Go into your communities. Give of yourself.
Idea.
Spend time and talk with these people. You know what I'm saying? Be of service. We can do these things in our community.
I really do.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Real shit. All of us. You can go to somebody else's community. Even if, let's say you live in a good community. You everybody know where the bad community is, where they at. Go to the bad community. Be of service. It's real simple, man. You know what I'm saying? Sure. But you know, these gurus and these mythological people that preach all this mysticism, they want us to do yoga and speak things into existence. A sandwich is not going to fall out the sky for my brother.
Right.
A sandwich is going to go into the hands of my brother because I put it there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if we ain't doing that, we ain't doing nothing.
That's right.
Because think about, and exactly what you're saying, think about this. If the corporations and the businesses like McDonald's, all these people, had been made by the people who thought like us, then they won't throw away the food that they're not using. They'll give it to the homeless. But instead, they worried about lawsuits and people filing and trying to sue them and shit. Like, bro, these niggas are hungry, my nigga.
I say something real quick, Hugh. I know this might be weird. This energy might be weird, bro, but it's got to be said. You know, like our mind is so wrapped around this third party monetary system, man. We forgot how to just share things. You know,
you're right.
I
feel what I'm saying?
trying to get up.
As a people, if we can get past this third world monetary system and just get back to being a trade-based society like it was in the original days, nigga, everything will flow like water. I'm being honest, right? Reason why we can't be one-on-one with each other is because we have a third party in our business every day.
Every day.
That's simple.
And like I'm saying, that third party has programmed you to laugh at the misfortunes of others.
Can I?
Yeah.
You know, we when we see somebody fucked up, like even like this, niggas get dressed and be like this. Niggas just say, "Ooh, I'ma kill him." Kill who? For what? If you look nice, brother, you look nice. I can't even say to a brother, "Damn, brother, you looking nice today." You know, your beard is shining, your face is shining, you looking good, brother. I can't say that without somebody saying you being Joe or you being, you know what I'm saying, extra or something. We can't congratulate one another. Right. Everything is a competition. I'm getting dressed to kill niggas. No, I'm not getting dressed to kill niggas. I'm getting dressed to show niggas that we know how to dress. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Our mindsets got to change, and the things that we say out of our mouth have to change. We got to catch ourselves when we peddle the ignorance that we've been taught.
So,
you know what I'm saying? And say, damn, let me redirect my way of thinking. I'm saying? Let me vibrate different.
Yep.
Let I'm saying a lot of people be talking about vibrating, right? You
But
vibrating either way.
let
Either you vibrating high, you vibrating low. You know what I'm saying?
let Drew say something now. Let him get a piece in. Let him get something in.
Just wanted to, because my brain's going off because I smoked some good shit this morning. So I'm just like, and you guys like making it go. So I'm like, all right, I'm fortunate right now. I'm sitting on 14 fucking acres, but I don't really know the first thing about gardening or farming. I'm trying to learn, but at the same time, an example would be I'd be more than willing to have people come and help me and make this thing fucking work. And like, because 14 acres, how much shit can we really grow? You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot, and it's all prime shit right next to all these, like, you know what I mean? So because they rent like 2 of the fields on the way
Right.
into the property to this other farmer, but everywhere around here is like that. So my back to my idea of a pipeline, somebody that was a genius idea. We just take that. In North Carolina, it's different. Any piece of property around here, they can have livestock, chickens, all this bullshit. You can do that. So we need to take advantages of places like this and talk to
15 acres.
people out in the country that are like in the same situation where it's like you have, you know, they obviously have an advantage, but they can share that, and they're more than willing to. I know these people. They're
So
more than
you got 14 acres.
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Can I interject on what you said down there, brother? See, they turned our villages into cities. They turned all of our networking and our trade routes into facilities, you know, where you have to use monetary. We didn't have that type of system.
Yeah.
You know? We as people were the true currency. If you needed something and I needed something, we would trade.
If it wasn't for strangers, I wouldn't even be here.
That's it.
Well, they never took away our opportunities. They can't take away that. That's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You able to survive is an opportunity.
It makes me
everything that we do, everything that we come up with, all of the schemes and the attempts to get out of this paper bag, that's opportunity. They can't take that away from us. You know what I'm saying? Only you can take that away from you. Your will to survive, if you give up on yourself, then you don't have no more opportunity. They can, you know, we can talk all day about what the fuck they took from us, but we still here. These motherfuckers, that's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers ain't infallible. These motherfuckers scratching their head like, how the fuck is these niggas still here?
There's no way I'm gonna utilize.
You know what I'm saying? Man, we got opportunity to do shit. You got 14 acres. You know how much shit you can do with 14 acres, man.
Trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo, you can grow food.
You
can build properties. You can have a whole community right on that land, yo.
You
know what I'm saying?
And I'm just like,
if you wanted to, you could even hold out for that shit.
That's my
you a big check.
my grand.
So
like,
let me say, I'm in Charlotte with you. I'm in North Carolina, so I'm trying to come visit you, and we can make some plans with this land, man, for real.
I'm sitting like, you know, you're in the middle. It's not like we're in the middle of nowhere. They act like it's the middle of nowhere because they, like, you know, them going to town, it's like a big journey. But like, I'm from Jersey. If something's 15, 20 minutes away, big fucking deal. You know what I mean? That's like beautiful to me. I'm like, wow, no traffic and I can just fucking drive there. You know,
I'm in Georgia. I'm like 3 hours away.
You know, so I'm just saying, like, it's a doable thing. And this place has been free the entire time.
Just like Kanye said. A lot of people don't like shit what Kanye said, but one of the things he said was America is for sale. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna leave by.
It's like, yo, niggas buy dumb shit, yo. Niggas can put their money together and buy some land. You know what I'm saying? You know, like if you got 14 acres, let's say if he wanted to sell an acre to one of us, right? Let's say if he wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Let's say it's other people, let's say it's other people out there that want to sell land. America
Black community got the biggest spending amount, and we spend it on fucking weave and fucking clothes and food and shit. We and not just fucking groceries, on fast food. We got the worst spending habit, but the biggest spending.
You can spend your money on that, but make sure that you spend money on something else too. You know what I'm saying? You go and eat, you go and drink, you go and do them things regardless. But you can put money aside to buy things that you need. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? The Bible, but you have to see value in it. A motherfucker don't see a plot of land and say, ooh. You see
Just in your own,
Jordans and sneakers and shit and say, ooh.
just in your
You got when you see a
garden,
plot of land, you gotta be like, ooh, let me
just in your
pick
own personal,
that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
just your own
saying?
personal garden,
Right.
your own personal garden.
When you see seeds,
But wait a minute.
when you
Wait,
see organic seeds and shit like that, you gotta be like, ooh. When you
I
see everyday carry type shit and survival tactic shit, you gotta be like, ooh,
Yeah,
let me get that.
but
You gotta change the way that you think. The things that you like, the things that they programmed us to like, throw that shit out. You
exactly.
affinity for survival shit. When you
just
know
in
what
your
I'm
own
saying? The
garden,
same
you
way
can
that you
produce
look at a
above them
PS5 or the new Jordans is the
what you
way
need.
that you should look at one of them devices, how to turn groundwater into drinking water.
Yeah,
You know
Right.
what
No,
everybody,
that's
I'm
right.
saying?
everybody
You gotta,
that I know that
you have to look.
Let me
Them,
say this.
them motherfuckers up in them houses, right? And you know we're just gonna say that them people up in them houses, they said we're gonna demonize their passions. So the things that we passionate about, the things that we like, they're gonna use that shit against us. So change what the fuck you like. Like to learn how to live. Like to learn how to survive.
like. If you let,
You know,
let me
become
show,
a philanthropist, become a philosopher. A philosopher simply means that you have a love for knowledge. Love knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It'll take you a long way in life.
Drew,
yeah.
go ahead. Drew.
Oh,
Hey, but I want to say this though.
even if you have your own personal garden,
Hold
you're gonna
on.
grow beyond.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I'm gonna say this and then you can get the mic. I Embrace said we spend it mainly on survival shit, and that's incorrect. We spend it on bullshit. If you look at the black community, all our money ain't being spent on survival shit. We would have water systems, clean. We would have water collection containers and shit. We would have a lot of different shit in the hood. Like we would have it in the hood and on the side of our houses. We would have that survival tech in our vicinity. We don't have it.
Let me say something.
Before you say something, I'm
My,
gonna let you go before he forget though, because I know Drew was gonna say something.
Yeah,
my bad.
just like if you, everybody that I know that has like a personal garden, they grow way above and beyond what they need, and that leads to like obviously people getting hooked up. Like, hey, do you want all these tomatoes? Hey, do you want all these potatoes? Do you want all this stuff? So imagine how much abundance just out of one little teeny garden.
Right.
And I'm sitting on acreage. Uh-huh. Like I don't want to mow all this shit myself. You know what I mean? And like I don't mow 14 acres, like because I'm not utilizing it. You know what I mean? It's just sitting there, like.
And I want to say,
I would will come and fucking put a fucking house or something over there, bro.
in my little cul-de-sac that I live in right now, I'm the first to start in an organic alkaline garden out here. You know, so I'm gonna be that action, right? Because words are action too. That's why they call them verbs, right? So they go hand in hand. So I got my community garden going on right here.
Nice.
And I'm passing out these support packages, right? I'm also going to inform them on about saving the seeds, right?
Yeah.
And planting your own stuff as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you don't have to be in that survival mode no more. You can actually live.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's okay to come out of that survival mentality and live. You know what I mean? Like we came from surviving for a long period of time because that's the mentality we had, right? You know, this society created us to survive, like where everything has to be me first and forget everything else.
Fuck yeah.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you trying to live, it can't be just me first anymore. It's got to be a wholeness. It's got to be a community.
Right.
You mad man.
We got to stop separating people by genders. You know, they're trying to have a gender war. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now think about this. Consumer Reports show that single women buy the most shit. So what do you think they want a nation of? You know what I'm saying? So family structure, cohesiveness, communities working together. That's not what they want. They want a whole bunch of single women buying shit. You know what I'm saying? A single woman is more inclined to buy some shit from Wendy's than to go get a farm.
So
You
what
know
if we, like,
what I'm
what
saying?
if we bring it back?
These is not my opinions. These is what Consumer Reports say.
What if we,
By the studies that they've done to get the highest number of business sales possible, and they have determined that women buy more shit than anybody. You know what I'm saying? So if we can market everything to women to have them keep spending and spending money, they will forever line our pockets. So if we don't develop a family-based structure, then we will continue down this spending habit path. You know what I'm saying? It's not by accident that the black community spends a lot of money on bullshit.
Right.
These motherfuckers, fucking back in 1960 or some shit like that, they had a 10-minute or 12-minute video about how to sell to Negroes, and they said that black people buy expensive products and they don't like to be undersold shoddy merchandise. They said that shit in 1960. That shit is still true today. We buy shit by name brand. These motherfuckers got us plotted out to keep lining their fucking pockets. So the more that we allow ourselves to be separated by gender and to be on these ideologies of bullshit, we will be spending more on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All of this shit that we talking about here, even it might, like he said, it might seem like we touching around on different things. It's all in line together because it's all about keeping you a consumer debt slave. You know what I'm saying? You can't come together and maximize your money. We can't do things like the things that we're talking about right here. If we can't break the spending habits. The spending habits is centered around the attack on the family structure. Families make wiser decisions with their money. Facts.
I'm glad you're talking about financial literacy and stuff like that. Any great financial literacy mentor will tell you that the printing of paper of money is illegal. We can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that can,
Somebody left a good
put you in
right there.
prison for years printing of money.
Yep. Porn, influencers, suppression of divine femme, mass polarities,
what are you doing?
family values, Disney, fashion, Balenciaga culture, inverted 1,000.
Right.
1,000.
All the issues.
I'm saying they got motherfuckers on some worshiping the devil type shit.
Right
in front of your face. That's an attack on the family values. They got a document. They got a document that's like 60 years old. It's called Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars.
Right.
Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. What's the quiet war? The war is the war on the family structure.
Did you get it like a peek?
Yeah, we see that, man. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit you up in the DM, bro. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm definitely gonna come and visit you. You say you out there in Statesville.
Where that's at in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah. You say you by Statesville. I used to live over there and shit. I used to have to walk.
All the fucking food comes from up here. Everything.
Y'all get some good sun down there. You can grow a lot of shit. Good agriculture.
It's warm now. It's technically getting warm now.
Right. These motherfuckers over here though, they can't drive for nothing.
I know.
I would start now. I would start, like raking and doing what I do now because harvest season is coming very soon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And
so
and there's people who help us like that.
My diet is shit. So I would eat shit that I know I would grow shit that I know for sure I'm gonna eat. Like I'm gonna eat some potatoes. I'm gonna eat some fruits. I'm gonna eat some motherfucking vegetables, some cauliflower, some broccoli, some squash. I can eat some of that. I'm not gonna eat like tomatoes. I don't eat shit like that. Bell peppers. I don't really eat shit like that. I need, but
you can grow.
Like with our diet. Our diet's got to be on natural time. Like let's say like you had a farm, right? And you had a farm. You didn't have 2,000 pigs. so that you
Right.
can eat pigs every day. You might have had maybe one or two pigs that was ripe for eating, and you might have been able to eat pork for maybe a month, maybe. But the meantime, but between time, you don't got that luxury to be eating animals every day. So it's like the way our diets is not even natural. You know, we eat more animals in one day than exist on the planet. That's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is literally why eating animals was festive. When you look back in ancient cultures, eating an animal was festive because it wasn't something that we had all the fucking time. You gotta put yourself in the mindset of back in the day. There was no Starbucks. There was no ShopRite. There was no Food Lion. There wasn't no butcher or no shit like that. If you wanted the food, you had to go out and kill it. How many of y'all today is willing to go out and kill a wild boar for some pig?
He said we need our own land with our own family, then community comes. Like at some point, yeah, I can understand that, but at the same time, with the brother right here, Drew, he got 14 acres, bro. He can give you 1 acre on the far side and with your family.
I
Y'all,
mean, listen, but he is right. We do need our own land, but America is for sale, yo.
Why?
You can literally go out and nothing is stopping none of us from putting our money together and going out and buying some land while they still selling it, yo.
People,
But no,
This is a scumbag nation.
but
Where
listen,
people will sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves in July.
I know,
People will sell anything.
I know.
There are people
brother
who are
got.
selling their land right now. You know
I'm
what
But
I'm
coming.
saying?
I want
listen to me. Hold on, wait a second. This brother got 14 acres though. Like you can get you a piece of that and start something on that land. It don't have to be separated across the globe or a whole nother state or
my,
it could be right there and start some shit for your family
my
and y'all don't have to deal with each other. I don't think they know how big 14
on a,
acres gonna
on,
look like.
on a community level, you could have them invest in what you're doing, and you could take almost like orders, like, you know what I mean? And if they want to come work the land themselves, fucking A, take that. You know what I mean? Offer that up. Hey, you want to look up here? People lease land that they're not using to farmers, and then they come and work your land, right? So that's commonplace, right? What would be so different if I was like, hey, do you want to come work a piece of the land? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's up to you. Go ahead, boom, do
Right.
right? What the fuck? Why can't we do things like this? I'm not fucking using it. The coyotes are using it. You can shoot them, but
Wait a second.
nobody's using the shit. So it's like,
Second. He said, "Go ahead and deal with the headache." Then this is what our mentality. This is the point where I said the black community hypocrisy. It don't only go to the black community because this brother's saying that is white, and he's saying deal with the headache. And what I'm trying to tell him is that this is why we go live. We trying to express to people that we got to get with people that's like minded. It won't be a headache,
Well,
especially if.
deal with the headache
let's deal
and
with let's address that.
come
That's
in
what he,
and
Wait.
utilize it.
Especially
You know,
if you're 13 acres away from him
utilize it.
and you don't have to see his face for fucking a year. You're gonna be living on your own shit. So you gotta be able to fucking live with other people, but you ain't gonna live with people that's disliked that you don't fuck with them. And no, it's not gonna be like that.
Right.
You gotta get people that because this world is getting fucked at the end of the day.
I want to address the headache. What truly is the headache?
Hold on, wait a second. We're gonna build a community with like-minded people. This is a good way to start it, and we don't have to be bunched in with each other. We could be far away, spread out, because he got the land. He ain't doing shit with it. But go ahead, bro.
I was just
Let's deal with that. What is the headache?
saying, like,
Some people pay rent to somebody who they hate, right?
it's not a headache. It's more like just like come and utilize it. It's like,
You know, some people.
take advantage because I'm not utilizing it. Like, I mean, it's just a pay. You want to pay it for.
Some people, when they live in a situation right now, they gotta pay first, last, in between, and all the other shit just to stay in the motherfucker, right?
And if he think that's a headache, bro, I live in an apartment.
Let's address what a headache is. Like if you got somebody saying, "Hey, yo, you can do what you want with this part of the land," and you got people right now who can't even play rap music in their condos, who can't, you know what I'm saying, who can't have cookouts and shit.
That's
So what headache is we really talking about, yo? Being under the tutelage of somebody else, or having a space where you can do what you want.
That's what I'm
What's the headache? Like, what's really the headache, bro?
saying, bro. And I live in an apartment complex, bro, where we got people under us, but like, bro, that's what you calling a headache. This must be a fucking aneurysm.
I think
Right,
Hey,
Colin,
like
hey,
when you
I
live
bro,
in a,
to you, did you want to bring,
when
did you
you
want
live
to
in
bring that
a
individual up?
apartment complex.
Like, did you want to bring that individual up to explain what their headache was about and go more in depth with that? I mean, I'll
Want to
drop.
come?
I mean, we hashing it out. Like, I'm trying to figure out what
If you
you know.
say I'm gonna bring him up, he said he want to come up to explain.
Okay, cool. So I'll drop down for the other brother to come up, man. It was an honor speaking to y'all, brothers, man. I appreciate it.
have a great
All
day.
right.
Peace, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, it's more about just like paying it forward, because like that's what people always did for me. I wouldn't even be standing where I'm standing if people, if strangers didn't come
Yeah,
to me.
I mean, because like, all right, the brother
Not even
said,
kidding.
he said we need our own land. So now let's say that you broker a deal. What's going on?
What's
So
up, guys?
let's say you broker a deal with this man right here, and he says, I'll sell you some land. Is that not a valid situation, or is that a problem?
Well, that's different all in itself right there. If I'm buying the land versus if we're going over there to work on the land and stay there. So that's my point. My point is that like I put a saying in the comments. I said every guest in a house after 3 days smells like a dead corpse.
Mm.
And that's how it is. That's just nature, bro. And this is why when people own land, what ends up happening is their land between their neighbors gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then before you know it, it's a clan. Before you know it, it's a tribe. It's just a community of your family.
What are you doing?
That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to say this is a slow sizzle. This is a slow burn to get to this point that you guys are talking about. And you guys are kind of rushing into it if you think about it. Because when you go into a commune, you have to deal with emotions. You have to deal with different people's mindsets. And not everybody is going to be on the same mindset. And I'll tell you this, there has to be a leader. There has to be a head of the whole thing. And if there isn't, it will fall apart. Just like the family unit. If there's no father, it will fall apart.
But wait a second. Because I know what you're saying, but how is that relevant to if you buy some land and you all the way on the other side and he on the other side? Y'all don't even deal.
Again, that's different. If you're buying land, if you're purchasing it, that's your land. You bought it. You made that agreement. You got the deed. Bam, bam, bam. But kind of what I got from you guys was that you wanted to try to maybe go to this brother's property, help him work the land, and then build from there. And I'm just saying, starting a commune comes with its issues.
Well, we was just throwing out theories. We wasn't saying, oh yeah, we are definitely going to go
So
with
like,
this and go with that.
I believe
Now,
there's
I want to ask you a question. Are you familiar with homesteads? Like the concept of a homestead?
God, tell him what I'm familiar with, bro. Tell him what I'm familiar with. I'm super familiar with all that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
actually a
I mean, I'm not
permaculture.
trying to
I'm actually
undermine you.
certified in permaculture.
I'm not trying to undermine you. I'm just
No.
asking you.
No. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. I was just trying to say, like, I'm actually certified in permaculture. I definitely know about homesteading. I definitely know about all the different studies that go into sustainable living and, you know, nature-based design and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm saying that's nothing really different than a homestead. You have people who were brought into a homestead to work for their piece of land where they live at. You know, their contributions to the homestead is why they're there.
You could even homestead land, like, you know, BLM land, and then, you know, work on that depending on what the state has an agreement with. But
Be realistic with you, like me personally. If he say he wanted to buy land, he only got a couple months, like 3 months. Right now, I don't got a job. I'm looking for a job. I don't got $1,000 to $2,000 right now to buy land with. But if he gave me the opportunity to come work there and goddamn give me some space so I can build my own shit, have whatever I want to do whatever I want, some land, like an acre, shit, bro, I do that shit.
Yeah,
I
You
mean,
think I'm gonna look at that headache?
To me, that,
you could do that. You could do that.
Builds a core function. Like if I got land, right, and this brother, let's say this brother is a woodworker, right, and he know better about craftsmanship with woodwork than me, and I say, yo, I got some land. If you help me build some shit, you can stay here free of charge. Your skill and your value and your skill is what gets you the land.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
that's
even
a
have
little
to
bit
strike a
different.
deal with me or to say, well, did this land cost X amount of money or this, that, and the third. Your skill and your value, what you bring to this homestead, is why you got your space in your land, because you helping me build this shit up. It's just like if we got a seamstress or a metal worker, you know what I'm saying, or a water worker, you know, and all these different sciences that come together, they all beneficial to the progress and the development of this land. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to have a contract. I don't have to have a contract with those people because their contributions is what's viable.
Right.
We put too much emphasis on money and spending money, and it's like, yo, it's about resources. It's about pulling our assets together.
I just want to.
Can I tell you this?
My
Can I tell
value,
you this?
his value, our values, our skill sets coming together to make something that's better for all of us.
My
That
my
is the
stepdad.
true sustainable development. That's a true economy. This
Yeah, but it
not an
only comes when
economy that we
someone
live
has
in.
something to give. That only comes when someone has something to give. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, like for example, my stepfather, he's a
Right,
contractor.
right. Something to give,
No, wait, hold on.
right.
Let me explain.
Acres to get.
Let me explain. So my family, we actually have let in a lot of people in our house. Like over the days, over the years, like we've let a lot of different people in, and it's mostly been because my family is from a foreign country, so we have a lot of people from the old country coming over to our house to stay with us when they move here to America. But then also too, my stepdad is a roofer, right? So whenever these people come and live with us, they automatically work for us, right? So they have a job. Now, even though they're staying at our house, and maybe they have like, you know, zero, like none to a little bit of rent to pay,
Right.
they still have to like help out my stepdad around the house,
Right.
and still have to like help with the chores and shit. You know what I mean? You end up becoming this person that has to watch their every step to make sure that they don't burn out their host.
I get it. I get it. I get what you're saying.
But
What I'm trying to get.
that's when you putting somebody to work to do what you want them to do.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
okay.
But let's
So that goes
say,
back.
let's
Wait, brother.
say,
That goes
let's
back
say
to what I
these
said
people,
about
like,
being
look,
a
let's say
leader
these people have
in
a
the commune.
different skill set or different value, or
Let them
did your family work with that
wait,
person's value
finish.
to that plan?
Wait. Let the brother finish though. Let Tiger finish.
That's what I'm saying, my man. Because in the beginning, when I said that when it comes to a commune, there has to be a single person running the whole thing. There has to be. There has to be a leader. There has to be a presidente. That's how it works. So you have to know that when you're going on this person's land to work on their land, but for free or for the exchange of stay, you are at their every whim. You have to really be aware of their every emotion, because you'll burn them out before you even know it.
Real rap. I'm gonna say something. That's when you got the slave master's mindset. Let me give you an example.
How is that
Now,
slave master's mindset? That
let
makes
me
no
say this
fucking
real quick.
sense.
Let me say this real quick. Let me say
That
this real
makes
quick.
no sense.
Like, look, let me explain. Now take y'all ever seen IP Man? Y'all seen that movie IP Man?
Yeah.
Remember when Japan took over China, right?
Mm.
Remember they had IP Man digging fucking coal in the fucking John, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what the work that they wanted him to do.
That's right.
Until he did what? He went there and started kicking their asses for bags of rice, right? Then they
Right.
saw his value. Then they took him from the coal mine and said, you're going to teach our soldiers how to fight because you have value. They gave him a higher place in their situation. So when you got the slave master mindset, and this person, whatever their value is, you ain't even worried about that, but you're going to prescribe a task and a chore for them to do. Yeah, you got to watch them like that because you put them in the mindset they got to work to earn
There's
their keep.
no.
You
I
didn't
never said
bring
that
them
you
into the
have to do a
situation
chore or a task.
you didn't bring them into the situation to hone their skill set.
But see, exactly. This is the problem that you're saying. This is the problem you have in Tiger. You're trying to put a mentality on and not specifically on Drew, but on this type of like community building, which I'm not gonna say is not incorrect, but what I'm saying is it's different people, it's different minds in this world, and Drew would be one of these people who I'm gonna advocate for him, even though he can speak for himself. He's one of the people who's willing to not have you suck his nuts all day, every day to fucking live on that land. Like, no, do what the fuck you can do, but
Wow,
you
guys, you really are twisting what I'm trying to say.
work,
I
but
think
you got
I
value. Like brother was saying, you got to come there doing something. You can't just, hey, can I be a homeless person on your land, ass nigga? No, you got to come do something.
Right.
But but he's not the type of nigga that say you got to do this. Do exactly what I say every day.
I'm not
That's the hate.
even saying that. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying as time goes by, as the days go by and you start to deal with a person more and more, these things come up, dude. There's just things that you're gonna slip up as a guest, you're not gonna be aware of, that's gonna upset the host. And I like, bro, please don't say that this is slave mentality or slave worker mentality. That's crazy. This is just common courtesy when you're at someone's house. That's how it is, bro. And
You,
so you know,
you're talking about when you at somebody's house, when you living
you're
with
on
them, you
their
seeing
property,
you
bro.
seeing
That's their
day in,
land. That's
day
their
out,
house.
and
That's
y'all
their
sharing the
dwelling.
same
That's
space. And y'all
that's where
eat food
that's their
and shit
land,
like
dude.
that. Like, all right, of course, one day a nigga feet gonna stink or some shit like that. When you living in close quarters with somebody like that, yeah. But if you be talking about people having their own space, their
I just
own
want
Let's look
land, their own
at it like this,
houses on their
guys. Let's
own
look at it like
land.
this.
So it's like
When we're out in the
I
country,
might see you at the watering hole getting fresh water. We have a conversation, some
right?
shit. All right, man. I holler at you. How's the family doing? You know, we talking about this type of situation. You're speaking from a mindset of somebody who lived with somebody in close quarters. So yeah, in that close, like if we all lived in a damn submarine with each other, yeah, we gonna fuss after a while. Nigga, you use all the toothpaste. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That's regular life. That's regular living. Like y'all
So do
do
you
that.
live on your own, brother?
Listen, y'all did that in your own family. Your own family got mad with each other. You got mad with your brother. Your mother got that mad with dad, and so on and so forth. That's regular living, bro. That's regular living. It's not like it's all peace and harmony in people's family and day-to-day life. Somebody ate my food in the refrigerator and shit like that. That's regular family quarrels. That's it. That's
Right.
what you're describing, man.
And
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not exclusive to house. That's not what you saying is not exclusive to house guests, man.
this shit is so good. It makes you like want to solve the world's problems. You're like,
Yo, listen. This is what when people got think tanks. The difference between think tanks and what we do is that they got billions of dollars of resources to go out and do what they pontificate. The shit that they descend on and decide that's a good idea, they can put it into motion because they got bread. That's the difference. We solve the world's problems every day.
But see, now check it out. This is what's going on. He making it like what you just said. Like the people that's coming into your family crib, your dad place or whatever, living with y'all to work and shit. They're not people who trying to live with y'all and fucking live there and work the land and just live there. They are people who trying to find a job real quick or get some bread or something like that. And so the difference is that if somebody's only coming there for some temporary, they're not trying to actually build after this, especially if it's close quarters. Yes, it's gonna be some stepping on toes. But the idea of what he's doing is this land ain't for you to just get you some money up real quick. This shit is for you to live on. I need you to build some shit that you're gonna be sustaining on your own with, like this. So because he got 14 acres. So if you 13 acres away from him and he don't even cut none of this shit, all of it look wild and it's crazy, coyotes running in and out of it, you're gonna be valued just by cutting some of that motherfucking land just to build you a fucking farm home. That's automatically valuable to him. Then if you can make sure that the fucking coyotes stop coming by building a nice little fence or something around the grass, now you got even more value. So it's like this type of shit is different. Like it's not just, hey, come live right here beside me and till to this garden I got over here and sometimes cut the grass when it get tall. Other than that, you can stay here. No, it's not like that. It's man.
Hey,
Like,
So,
whoever
and
Godspeed right
let's
there,
give
Godspeed, thank
let's
you,
give
because
some
that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. It's not about any malice. It's about management, dude. There you go.
right
right.
now. Let's give some prerequisites.
But
You know,
Wait,
one of
can I
the
finally
people
talk?
that give us the bluept is the Amish
let's
community. You know what I'm
Shit.
saying? Look how the Amish community operates. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Them people is all different families that come together under one concept. That all of them niggas out there is crazy. All of us we here because we don't want to be out there where it's crazy yet. So they all work together to develop their community. You know what I'm saying? They're not sleeping on top of each other.
My
But
phone
but
is
when
literally
it's
gonna
time
die, and I
look, but
never
when it's
even got
time
to
to
sleep.
build a church or it's time to build a community center, all the men come together and start working. They put all their little differences aside to come in together and work to get the job done. That's what men
There
do.
you go. If you don't
That's that. You
enforce
know what I'm saying?
boundaries, people
And
take
that's what we're
advantage and
supposed to
wrench you
do.
all of what
All of
you
these
got.
little things,
There
all of
you
these
go.
things that we bicker about from the day to day,
Hey,
that's
bro, have you
device
ever
behavior
farmed?
that keep us from not having.
Have you ever farmed before?
y'all, but
Yeah,
wait a second. Y'all are talking about. Y'all are talking
of
about.
course, I'm black. Of course, I farm.
What does being black mean that you gotta
We
farm?
the first
What?
people to ever farm. No disrespect to nobody, but we the first people to ever practice agriculture.
Hold
You know what
on,
I'm saying?
because
Like you know what I'm saying? Like, of course I farm. Like just the same way
I
when
don't
I
know, bro.
you about homestead,
The oldest known form
you
of
was like,
architecture was in Turkey.
hold
I
on,
don't know if
y'all.
that's
Hold.
really factually correct what you're saying.
Wait a second. Y'all are talking about mundane, weirdo, greedy ass, capitalistic mindset ass motherfuckers. This is who y'all talking about. And
right.
you did high speed make the point that is basically what you trying to say. And it's if you don't enforce boundaries, people take advantage and rent you for all you got. But this is the
That's
problem.
exactly what I'm saying.
Exactly. This is the problem. What type of niggas is gonna be on his land? Who do y'all think trying to come to his land, bro?
Right. Right.
He and he obviously not gonna allow stingy and greedy motherfuckers on his land. So if I go to his land, I'm not even a good green thumb ass nigga. I'm gonna have to learn some shit from him or some other shit.
We
But
So
you know what,
talking
guys?
about
Listen, I don't want to be talking
we
about you
talking
guys
about
personally.
righteous
I'm
people
just saying
coming
in
together.
generalities.
We talking about righteous people coming together to do something good.
right.
Actually, we're not talking about just any old body. We're talking about righteous people.
Like,
Ain't nobody righteous.
People that not
Ain't
people not
nobody
only
righteous.
we talking about people not only do that we don't mind inhabiting the same space, but we actually like being around.
Right.
You know what
All
I'm saying?
humans are flawed.
I can imagine a community where we have a bonfire
The only
and
thing that
we
keeps
all get
people
to talk
together is
about
love. So if
knowledge
you got
and,
more love than you
you know what I'm
have,
saying, and share our prowess and things.
which
You
usually
know,
only happens for family members.
teaching our babies how to defend
But
themselves and shit like that.
that's where you keep limiting yourself because you think that mindset of this love that can keep people to bind it together and bond it is through just families or through some type of relationship of other shit
It
like
is.
sex.
That's the only
Hey,
way you cultivate love.
listen,
Way
ain't you seen? Didn't you
You
see the
can't
Last
just
of
love
Us?
random people.
Didn't you see the Last of Us?
which
You seen the Last of Us, right?
yes you
You see all these post-apocalyptic movies. People
what
come together
so
doing bullshit, yo. And because the basic common instinct, the basic human function is to stay alive. And when shit go to shit, and everybody can converge on that one common goal to stay alive, all that other bullshit that we fought about will cease to exist. You know what I'm saying? Because we all trying to stay alive. Look at these post-apocalyptic movies, man.
Bro,
They
listen,
teaching you a lesson.
we only
They
got like
showing you
6 people that we're
they
connected
giving you
to
a
at all
jewel,
times. And
and they
really,
showing you
when
that
you think about
everything
it
that
in
we be arguing
retrospect,
about is bullshit, man.
you only got
Everything
about 6
that we
people you
keep
really care
ourselves
about
separate.
in your life.
What you say?
look wait a second. I think you trying to troll us
No,
martial arts because
I'm
what
not. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm actually being super practical.
you
I'm
saying
just saying that this is not going to work out in the end. If you don't have a
That
proper
just
family,
that's
if
the
you don't have proper
mindset. That's
relationships
the
with the people
mindset
that
of
are working on
somebody
your
that would
land
get.
with you
That's
or
that's the mindset of
can I
somebody
talk?
that would get bit by the
Can I
zombie and
talk?
not say nothing.
so let martial
That's
arts
that's
talk though.
that's that kind of mindset. That's the mindset of somebody who would get
No.
bit by the zombie and try to
Second.
hide they got bit by the
What?
zombie.
Fuck, I
Wait
can't
a
even
second.
talk.
You
Let
know what I'm
martial
saying?
let martial arts speak, Alpha. Hold on.
No, I'm not trolling. I'm being practical, because when you look at how life really is, when you compare people that live in rural areas, or when you even compare traditional living people, right? It goes back to this host and guest thing. Listen, for example, my family back in the old country, they were successful farmers. And everybody that was a successful farmer had hectares and hectares and hectares of land that separated each other. And literally, like as these farmers became more successful and more profitable, their lands got bigger and bigger. And when you go to these rural areas, like when you go to the Midwest, people live on properties that are like fucking 100 acres. This is the natural phenomena that happens over time. We, in our communities, we get more concentrated, so we end up getting a tighter knit family. We get tighter knit communities, and before you know it, you got a village.
Now,
and that village is thriving only off of like maybe a few hundred people.
hold on. Now, let me respond to what you said.
Can I ask you this question? Is shit all
Oh, wait
peachy right now?
a minute.
Is the
Respond.
world a peaceful place right now, or is it shit? What's going on in the world right now?
Alpha, let me run this shit. Let me run this shit. So, you're implying this Western psychology to people who are trying to be more woke, be more conscious of their actions, be more righteous in the things they do. The capitalistic mindset did create division against the people on the scene.
It's not
Because
with me,
now
because I
people
don't
are
come from the
trying to
West.
hold on.
I come from the
Hold on,
East.
wait a minute, because people was trying to make money. Hold on, wait. Somebody calling me. People was trying to make money off this shit, bro. People was trying to, instead of just feed the nations and feed people, they were trying to make the bag. So they were collecting up animals, slaughtering like a motherfucker, building this big ass fucking like industrial land, and they were
No,
they were being greedy with the shit. They were
what I'm
being
talking
greedy.
about.
Even if you're not, hold on, wait a second. And even if you're not talking about the industrial cow and pig shit, they also wait a minute. They also was just being greedy. Like, I'm gonna buy up all of this shit. This all gonna be mine. This is all my shit. I'm gonna make money off of it. If I don't, I don't. But it don't matter. This my land. This is just what they did,
That's
bro.
not how it
They
is.
claimed
That's
shit.
not how it is.
Go ahead.
It comes to a point where, actually, someone made a comment earlier, like, who's gonna work all that land? And that's the point right there. My family did not make the purchase of any more land if they could not work it.
Bro, that's the
only way that they
bro.
would
You
purchase land.
don't even. This the thing though. You don't got to work on all of it though, bro. What are you talking? You don't have to
You
work
gotta
on
work
it.
on it if you want to make money.
You don't. Why are you trying to make money? You're not just
So
trying
you're planning
to
on not
eat
making
and
money?
live. Why are you trying to just
You're
make money
planning on
though?
just living on a farm and living on land for free, and then just survive off of the food that you grow?
I guess we're gonna make some money and go to the
How you gonna?
Is that
Where you
hard?
gonna buy
Is that
tools?
hard
How
to
you gonna
do?
buy clothes? How you gonna buy
What we
fuel?
gonna do?
How you gonna buy a generator for electricity? What about all that?
We gonna buy some Jordans,
Bro, what are you
We're just
See,
talking.
what are
fuck
you
it. If you
talking
want
about?
to buy
This is
Jordans
why
and
we
you don't want to
raising.
fucking wear
But see,
Jordans
listen,
and
brother.
the Ranch, you can fucking do that
Can I say
too.
one thing?
Now listen, I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying.
All we
But what you're doing is you're trying to play both cards.
I'm
You're
not.
trying to be.
No, this
Hold
is
on, wait a
listen,
second.
listen, listen, listen,
Wait a
listen.
second.
When
Listen
you
to me.
guys come to this
Listen to me.
realization,
Wait. Just wait.
all
Listen to me.
about is
The two cards that I'm saying that you're playing is self-sustainability, and then one foot in self-sustainability, one foot in the matrix. You want to play the game with the electricity and buy the generators and all of that shit, but then you also want to go over here and build your own shit on your
so
own
what?
land
You
and
want
have
to
your.
go?
You can't
Can I
do.
say
You can't.
something?
Hold
Can I
on.
say
Wait,
something?
bro. Wait. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot. So this is the
So
problem here.
go ahead and
Wait
go
a
live in the
minute.
woods, live
Wait
on
a minute.
buckskin, go
Wait
find
a
and
minute.
build
I'm
a
gonna let you
teepee for yourself.
respond. Just let me finish. I'm gonna let you respond. But this is what I'm trying
This
to
is not
say.
serving two masters at
Wait a
all.
minute. I'm gonna
This
let you
is
respond.
reality.
Just let me finish, and then I'll let you respond.
Okay.
So this is what I'm saying. We don't only talk about self-sustainability by growing land. We also talk about trying to create our own source of energy as well off of nature. So we wouldn't even need to buy and harness their electricity because the planet itself create energy that we can harness. We got rivers that flow around in land. So rain, and all of these different things that we can harness and utilize as our energy source to create what we use today for electricity.
All
The
right, let
same
me touch
shit
on
that
that. Let me touch on
electricity
that.
do, we can use from the earth. So go
Let me
ahead, brother.
touch on
Go
that.
ahead.
Let me touch on that. First off, you're gonna be able to build the power. You're gonna be able to build the grid to be able to feed yourself electricity. Do you have that knowledge? Do you even know where to get those materials from?
Are you responding to just
Brother.
No,
or are
I'm
you
saying
listening
at
to
the end
what
of the day, it's not serving two masters because it
A
is
water mill
one
you
foot in the
take
door,
hella
one foot out the door.
technology,
you
You're
bro.
coming
right.
off
It
mad
is
decisive, man.
because
You can
Are
you
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 can't
can
go out there.
but
All right,
listen,
so I can't even speak, huh?
listen, brother, you can make
I
a
can't
water
even speak
mill.
then.
And you can make a water mill. It don't take a bunch of different technologies and different advanced shit, bro. You could just make it out of wood. Go
Okay,
chop you a tree.
but
yo,
do you
yo,
know where to get the
yo,
copper?
listen.
You
Do you know where to
don't
get the
need
Yo,
conductive
dude,
copper.
metals? Do you know where to
some
get
people
those
just argue
materials?
just to argue, man. Some people
Yeah,
just
man.
argue.
I'm not.
But
They,
No,
if
no.
you
First off, here's the
okay, if
thing.
you
Let
don't
me
know, you can
talk.
do some research, brother.
it's gonna be something for everything. I'm telling
Give me 5 minutes to talk.
you.
Go
You
ahead, go
have
ahead,
that.
go
Give me
ahead, go ahead,
5 minutes.
go ahead.
Okay.
So when you go and you live out in rural land, right? If you go out and you live in the woods, what happens to you if you get, let's say, a broken bone? What happens to you if you got a severe cut and you need to
He
go to the
is
hospital
a time.
ASAP?
He really
And
is.
you're 1 hour away. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. But the big reason why I haven't made the move to go out and just like bug it out is because of practicality reasons, right?
Hey, Tiger.
How are you
Hey,
gonna
Tiger.
be able to?
Hey,
Can I
Tiger. Can I
speak?
ask you a
Hold on, wait,
question?
no, let him finish though. Let him finish though. Let him
How,
finish.
With
all
all
right.
these emergency situations that could happen, and then plus two, you're talking about a grid. Okay, you want to make yourself a grid? Go make yourself a grid. But first off, you need to find the materials to be able to make that grid, right? So you're gonna need to find the copper. You're gonna need to find the conductive metals. You're gonna have to go mining, and then after that, you're gonna have to build yourself a fucking like a workshop. Like you have to be able to smith the metals and make it into wire, and then fucking construct the fucking engine or whatever. I mean, there's so much that you have to go into play to do this. This is why we have people that have factories.
No,
This is why people
brother.
this
See what? No, listen, brother,
Oh,
listen.
and
you
then
said you said you know about homesteads though. You said that, right?
where are you gonna get all these materials, dude? That's what I'm
In
saying. Like,
Where
where are you
you
gonna get
in
all this stuff?
permaculture,
Who's
bro.
gonna
No,
make you a
listen. You're
shovel?
talking about some
Who's gonna make you a
and that's
shovel?
what I
yo,
said
just
earlier.
like
And
the
you
brother,
tried to debate.
Who's
remember
gonna make
the
you a
brother that
shovel?
was on earlier. Remember the brother that was on earlier that let him in, and we was talking about developing the different sciences to be able to build and shit.
Hey, but
You
you
know,
know what though?
like
Like,
how do you think these
God,
came into
can I
play
talk to
in the
God
first
for a
place?
sec?
Like you
Bro, listen.
saying things that we
I'll
already
gladly
done.
talk to you in the DMs because this is obviously not getting
Hey, now
anywhere.
look, hey Tiger, look, all right,
Because
let
I'm
me
But
ask
really
you
no,
a
trying to.
hold
question.
on, wait a
Tiger,
second. Let
how
Tiger
does
finish
Tiger
though. I
hunt?
want to see what
Nah,
Tiger
dude.
gonna say, man. Let
I'm
How,
Tiger
yeah.
how
land
does
his
it?
plane. Let him
Nah,
land
nah.
his
It's all
plane.
good. I'm gonna talk to you in the DMs, dude, because this is not constructive at all. So,
Hey Tiger, how does this tiger hunt? How do tigers hunt?
Tiger, look, listen, Tiger. This is the arena, man. You arrived in the arena now. You in here and we having a good little thing going,
Hey,
man. It's a good talk, man. It's
answer
all
no,
right. Go
it's
ahead,
the
brother.
question.
We
like
ain't we ain't
I want to
attacking.
show.
I didn't have
We
any
not
type
trying
of
to
talk at
attack you
all.
or nothing,
I,
brother.
Because
like you guys packed me up the
show you
whole
something. I
time.
want to show you something.
No,
A
but listen,
tiger.
How can
because
you
this is
show
the
me
thing. Hold on,
everything
wait a
if you
second.
won't let me talk my
Wait a
piece?
second, Alpha. Wait a second. This what's going on, Tiger. What's going on is we are all intellectuals, and you're
There we
bringing
go.
an
Mental alpha.
intellectual.
That's why
Hold
you
on,
guys
wait a
been
minute,
acting alpha
You're
the whole
bringing a
time.
certain intellectual disposition. You're bringing your own position, and we disagree with it, and we're humans, brother. So we're gonna get this kind of
I know,
get a little
but
rowdy,
like
but
for real,
Let me
like
it's
say
I've
you
this.
been
don't like
patient.
this kind of
I've been
discourse, is what
patient
you
this whole
saying?
time.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Tiger, you are a tiger in every true nature of that animal. A tiger hunts alone. A tiger spends most of his life alone. A tiger is abandoned by his mother at early age, and you embody that energy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I
No,
get your
I don't.
perspective. Look, I get
I
you know you might not understand what I'm saying to you, but
bro,
like
I can't be
on your
having
own path.
someone
You on your own path.
psychoanalyze me
You
on
on your
Instagram.
listen. I'm
Just
not trying to
because
cut.
of
I'm
my
not trying to
picture.
cut your wisdom. I'm trying to
No,
give
right.
you something.
No, I get what he's saying,
You know
but
what I'm
hold
saying?
on, Alpha. Hold on, Alpha.
You on your own path. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You feel
right.
you
No,
attack.
that's true. That's true.
That's why you chose. Feel me, bro. Listen. This is why you chose the name
But,
Tiger, cuz.
but
Cause
hold
you a
on,
tiger.
hold on,
You
Alpha. Hold
a
on,
tiger. You
Alpha.
a tiger. Listen,
God bless
listen,
you
bro. Feel
guys,
me. Listen. You
and I
chose
hope you
that,
guys the
and
best. Okay,
you
take care.
that
Take care.
every essence. You know, dig up on this. Dig up on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get
All right, so
brothers.
he ran, bro.
I'm
He
like
ran.
it's not necessarily that we disagree. Is that the brother look at different and like we all. This is about 360 degrees of a perspective. Everybody coming from a different angle. You know what I'm saying? So we
He
gotta have
ran out, bro.
to do.
Hold on. Well, now let me
You
say
gotta
this,
be
Alpha. Let me say this.
Clear.
Let me say this
That's
though. Let me say this. Now, when you in an intellectual community and you're bringing a certain opinion, you got to be available for other opinions. And
right.
we all human, so it's gonna get a little bit rowdy.
Right.
But at the same time, brother, like, come on, bro. You ran off the panel and come on, man.
Well, I'm saying he Dolo Tiger, man. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's his essence. That's his spirit. Tigers is Dolo. You know what I'm saying? So they go against what everybody do. They do for self. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, he don't even peep. He
He
a tiger every essence.
I respect. I mean, I respect part of like his trains of thoughts only because like I can see my younger self.
Right.
I'm from Jersey. Like we grew up with a don't trust anybody mentality. So coming to a place where people are actually helpful, you're a little wary at first. I got to be honest with you. That's just how it is. I'm not used to people being like, "Oh, I'll come help you do that." And you're like, "Why? What's You're automatically like, why? What's going on here? What's in it for you?" That kind of some kind of shit like that, right? That's just instantly where your head jumps to. But that's just from an upbringing where people weren't as communal or they weren't as helpful. You know what I mean? So it was, I only threw that out there because I'm like thinking to myself, like
Well,
everybody here that has any kind of property here, you don't even have to have much acreage. You're
well, see the thing
and
that
all,
we just
all this
witnessed
other
right here.
stuff. And
Well,
I don't understand why we are afraid of these big box companies. Hey,
it's not
hold
what we
on.
what we
Let me finish the sentence, dude. Like so the egg shortage, for example. Why are we not able to laugh in their faces? Why don't we like how come so many other people don't have all these hen houses and all this other stuff? Because it's not really that hard. They just want you to think it is so you don't do it yourself. So
right,
you stay a consumer.
right.
But see, no, hold
Bill,
on, Drew. Let me say this though. Let me say this. Because he coming from the perspective like he don't understand that our ancestors on every side of the planet was advanced.
It's,
They
it's
weren't dummies.
okay
And
to
they
be
didn't have, but hold on, they didn't have a bunch of copper generators and machines and all of that to harness electricity. And they
right,
didn't have all of that, but they still had power. They
right,
still had motherfucking intellect. They was living sustainable lifestyles, and they didn't have poison in their water, in their skies. They didn't have fucking big ass hospitals or industrial fucking workshops. They
right.
didn't do all of that to have this fucking sustainable life. And they were still living across,
But
meeting other people from other nations across the globe.
listen, I'm trying. Let me explain this. He knows all of these things. And what we witness is that sometimes people just argue just to argue. That's why I was telling you, it's like some people that's just their thing. It's like they're gonna argue you on things, even when they agree with you. He knows all of that stuff. He know all of that things that you explaining. He's not slow. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the thing is that a lot of things that we do as people is that we listen to respond. We don't listen to digest. So when people saying things to us that we know make sense, we just want to put ourselves in a position to fire back. You know what I'm saying? And no, that's all that is, yo. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's like he know all of those things. You know what I'm saying? He was just trying to put himself, different than everybody else because
I mean, you
he's a
guys
tiger.
were. Uh,
He's a tiger. He's a loner.
let me
You
get
know what I'm saying?
quick.
So
Let me get.
if everybody's conversion on the subject,
Let me.
he the type boy that's gonna come in and say, I disagree, no matter what the prerequisite is, no
You guys.
matter what it is.
Hold on one sec. You guys were talking about the Amish before, right? I lived here for 5 years now. I didn't even know not even 8 miles away, Amish people and sustainable living all up in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the Amish market on Saturday. Holy shit. I mean, these people are doing it right with a smile on their face.
Right.
Like, that place was packed out. And they didn't
Guess
look,
what?
those
They
workers,
ain't got no blovids. They ain't got none of that bullshit.
none of that bullshit. I mean, they were sitting there making everything, and you could tell everything was natural. It was crazy. So I mean, it's doable. We just act like it's not doable because we weren't raised like that. You know what I mean? We weren't like, especially being from Jersey, everything was pretty convenient. Everything's right there. You're used to like having the newest everything because it's all like boom, boom, boom. But you come here and people work with their hands. They have like 3 different trades. They can fix this, do that. You're like, oh shit, okay. Well, we are kind of behind up north a little bit. They didn't like they taught us street smarts and different shit up home, but like down here, these people can like come chop up your fucking tree for you or whatever. You know what I mean? Or fix your plumbing or something fucking useful. Where I'm like, I'm pretty jealous. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I wish I knew.
Now, this what I want to make this point. I want to make this point. This is why I also said this live stream don't only point at the black community's hypocrisy, because this points at any community hypocrisy. And if I don't know what race specifically Tiger is, but I'm gonna just say white community, because the white community should know that they went to the native peoples and seen how advanced they were without all of this industrialized living. And it's a hypocrisy for him to make it seem as if we need money and we need to be separated and far ripped apart from each other to live sustainable, because it's going to be a headache, because after 3 days it's going to smell like a dead body. Who the fuck thinks like that? That's
like the worst mentality too is if we were able to do it at a lower cost, people would still hate you for it, even though they're more than willing to go give their money to people that are giving them literally fucking poison.
He said he's a Moor. So hold on, wait a minute. If you are Moor, this explains why you would think the way you think. Because the Moors are people who went stealing land from motherfuckers and claiming it as theirs and then telling niggas that, hey man, you got to get your own shit back up. No, you can't stay over here. You could come over here for 3 days, but after 3 days, you're going to start smelling like a dead body. How would you smell like a dead body if you alive and living and doing living shit with me? So you just smell like a dead body to me because I don't want your ass here. Right. So that means this the mentality of the person who allowing you in his house. He don't have the mentality to have open arms to say, man, if you homeless and you need somewhere to stay, I got you. And I got hella land right here. Come on. We can build you a home right over there. Nah, he say, man, you can only live here for 3 days. After that, nigga, I'm about to start beating you. You about to get up out of here. Because that mentality come from the people who is modernized, the more industrialized, the metal mentality. All this metal man shit. You want to build the metal concrete jungle after destroying the original jungle. Right. You say I'm trolling now about the Moor part. God, it don't even matter about the Moor part. It don't even matter if you're a Moor or not, because the mentality you got came from people like the Moors as well, and the Pilgrims, the fucking Spaniard, the Englishmen. All of these motherfuckers got the same mentality. Hold on, wait a second. All of these motherfuckers got the same mentality that they wanted to come and take over the natural land and build up this modern and industrial lifestyle and tell everybody that live naturally, how can you live and sustain yourself like that without this modern shit? How can you live in nature without toilets, without pipes and doors on your houses? How can you? Because nigga, we been doing it. That's how. Because we been doing it. And that's my problem, bro. Your whole argue is as if we can't do it again.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, bro.
We have. I don't know if we have people who study certain ologies and stuff like that on this live, but we have great reminders that have came across in the physical form and shed light on organic technology that has given people free energy and the time to build family structures and to really be communities, right? We can't denounce these great-minded people that gave us these organic technologies for us to be whole, right? We had Tesla towers that gave energies miles and miles away from, I'm talking about miles one tower gave miles of free energy without a wire being connected.
Oh, hit a home ground. All right.
Feeling what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
See,
acres,
none of these things can be denied.
right?
You know,
Acres.
the thing that keep us from getting to these points is our social hierarchy systems. We be wanting to say I'm this and I'm that. That's all gangbanging, and we want to cast that on each other before we want to work with each other. You know, I've been in many groups and organizations, and I literally been in there where Morris came in and said, "All right, we can't do nothing until y'all all say this, that, and the third," and fuck up the whole shit because you trying to force your shit on people. We gotta set these hierarchy systems where we feel like because I'm this, I'm better than you, and for you to be on my level, you gotta be what I am. That's what's fucking us up. This is why we can't. This is why we can't share our knowledges with each other. This is why we can't build nothing because we always gang banging on each other. All that shit got to go. Like we at a point where these motherfuckers don't give a fuck what you are. I said this many times. These motherfuckers just tried to delete everybody off the fucking planet. You know what I'm saying? So y'all motherfuckers are still gangbanging about what you is and what your ideology is and what your set is and all that. That's bullshit, nigga. Like motherfuckers coming together on some post-apocalyptic shit. That's why I said when you look at all these post-apocalyptic movies, all of that people was arguing about, they realize is bullshit. And
But see, you got to think about, but you got to think about the mentality that we have, that we got a certain mentality that we trying to bring together into this idea of a community, not just specifically on what Drew land he got, but if we decided to build a community together on a specific big ass plot of land. It don't have to be bunched up together, but the mentality of the people is we want people that we're not gonna have a disdain for. We don't want people that after 3 days we gonna think they smell like a dead body. We don't want to have that mentality for ourselves. But hold on, we don't want that mentality in our own mind, and we don't want to be around people that we would treat like that or feel like that about. So therefore, we're trying to find and build like-minded communities here first, and find and reach out to people that's like that. So therefore, when we do want to do that, it don't become where we feel like we stepping on each other's toes and all of that. We're trying to build that now.
If evil can fucking get together and coordinate so well, why the fuck can't we?
Shit, let's not even talk about these type of energies. Let's talk about the ecosystem, period. Let's talk about water. Let's talk about sand, mud, earth. Let's talk about the bees, the birds, the insects. They don't get up arguing with each other ever. But they coexist in the same environment. Lions don't get up roaring at every fucking thing every day.
Did y'all hear the quote about the red ants and the black ants?
No.
Where they say the red ants and the black ants could be in the same jar with each other, no problem, until somebody shakes the jar. And the red ants automatically think that the black ants are the problem, and vice versa, and that's how they start fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We naturally work together. Like a lot of times, you know, we talk about shit as if we can't naturally function with each other. You know, it's always somebody shaking the jar, somebody fucking with us on the outside that keeps us fighting with each other. You know what I'm saying? The instigators will keep the bullshit going. You know? We can figure this shit out once we realize that somebody shook the fucking jar. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the simplest thing that we be looking that not us, but you know the masses overlook is that it's out, just like you were saying. It's an unseen hand. It's a hidden hand. You know, there's a man behind the curtain that's gotten all of us on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if we can get past that, we can naturally hash this shit out.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
what the thing, and before you say, but hold on. Now, let me say this. I'm going to pass it to you, Zero, after I say this. Because basically what you're saying is exactly 1,000%. And what Zero said earlier was a good example of how basically, even in a small plot of land, is sliced up into very diverse groups, to where it's 1 million different species inhabiting one little water droplet. and they not fighting each other over that land. They not saying, man, this my water droplet, you taking too much space. They not doing, they just floating around in that bitch, eating whatever come in and do. So it's just to show that nature is on a path that even if they did get bunched up in a tiny little piece of something, they still can be coordinate with each other. No matter if that tardigrade is different from that parasite, and the tardigrade eat different shit, he fart different smells, he look at different, he like watching his own different porn, he like growing his own food, that nigga over there do what he want to do. They still somehow can live and cohabitate properly
Right.
without fighting and going to war. So this is what we've been going live so much for, beyond the, and I want to address this Cujo. I think he trying to troll us. He keep mentioning the color shit. Like, bro, we're not calling ourselves black for real, for real. It's just a term so we can actually, so people know what we saying. If we just say the copper color people, some people not gonna really gravitate to what we saying. So when we say the black people, this is what we know. We know what the fuck we trying to say, y'all. We know we're not black. We're not that color, of course. We know. So you can stop trying to make that point. But this what I'm saying, though. I'm gonna land my plane and then I'm gonna pass it to Zero. That basically we can all live in the same space, even if it was small. We can live in the same space and be diverse, when no matter how much your tradition is and culture is different than mine, as long as you don't step on my toes. But that's only if I have integrity and you got integrity, love, and he think that can only happen with family members and business partner type shit. But go ahead, Zero.
Yeah, so we, like I was saying, in the ecosystem, it's not about I, bro. It's about you and I, right? There is no big U's and little I's, bro. We all are on the same viewpoint, right? So, you gotta eat, I gotta eat. I need a place to lay my head and wash my ASS. You need a place to wash your, and you know what I'm saying, and so forth, right? If we can come together on those small things, right? First, right? To target those things first, right? Because what the energy I'm feeling is that we haven't targeted those things first yet. You feel what I'm saying? Like those things haven't fully been addressed yet and fixed yet, right? Because I'm hearing it on this live: food, land, shelter, the right education, the true love we used to give each other. Those things we need to target first, bro. I'm just being completely transparent and honest, right? So we need to figure out, like brother down here with the locks was saying, we need to make those trade routes again. We need to get that thing back jumping again. You feel me?
But now look, Godspeed said, how can you trust people to not turn on you though? And then hold on, because he got some other stuff, and then Mother brought in something, and then I'm gonna let you respond to it.
Yeah.
He said, maybe I'm just autistic, but my time on the street showed me how manipulative people are, bro. This is coming down to a debate on the nature of human beings.
They are.
And then the mother said, we can't even trust to help a brother that needs shelter, and we got a couch. So I'm gonna make this one point, and then I'm gonna pass it back to you. That basically what y'all doing is this. It's true that we can't do any of that, and we got to figure out how we can trust certain people, because in this system that we have all been oppressed in, our minds are fucked up. So yeah, we can't let certain homeless people in there. They might be rapists, or they might have certain mental problems, or they might kill you in your sleep. So yeah, we're in Babylon right now. We're in the land of the fucked up people. Like we're fucked up right here in this land. But we are the few people that we are trying to mend our minds and heal our minds. So the same few people that we see trying to heal and we see on the right path of healing and ain't got these highly toxic traits, we're willing to open our arms to that. And this is the type of shit that we're trying to do. We're trying to help others heal and understand where they might be fucked up and they don't realize it yet.
Okay, can I add to that?
Go ahead, bro.
Now, I just want to say, all those people that made those comments, they was right for making those comments, right? But all of those people, I guarantee you, y'all been fucked over before, right? Something went left before, right? This is true. These things are true. But we got to use the life experiences that we went through to have proper discernment. That's how we get through that. You know what somebody's scheming look like. You've been schemed before. I've been scammed before. How many of y'all, somebody didn't lie to you or sold you up the river or some shit? Y'all know what it's like. Use the knowledge that you learned from those experiences. We go through these things not just to go through them. We go through them to grow through them. You know what I'm saying? Use your experiences to be wiser, so you know what scam look like when it's coming. That's why this brother put this stream together, because we know what scam look like.
That's right.
We've been scammed before. We've been sold out before. We know what this shit look like. So we coming together as concerned individuals. You know what I'm saying? Not to slander somebody, but to discuss the things that we're concerned about, because we know what scam look like. Use your experiences. That's how we weed that shit out. It's called discernment. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. And it's true that's our reaction due to the trauma. And I get it. It's the same reason why a lot of the black community fight against the white people and don't trust the white people, because of the trauma. So it's like, if you got out of that trauma, out of that paradigm of black versus white, and now you're trying to figure out who can you trust, it's because it's still some shit inside of you that you don't trust.
Well, can I nip that in the butt? Right.
You don't express.
Go ahead, brother. Hold on, Alpha. Let Zero finish. Let Zero go in, Alpha. Hold on.
So let me nip that in the butt, right? We all know that all white people don't like all white people, right? We know all Asians don't like Asians. We know all black people don't like black people. We all know in any species or beings or race or whatever you classify yourself, it's going to be a group of you that work together, and it's going to be a group of people that hate you, that look like you. I mean, it's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? This is what we experienced. This is nothing I'm making up. This is what you experienced in your white communities. This is what we experience in our black communities, our copper communities, our Asian communities, our Latino communities, our Mexican communities. It's not something we're making up. It's not a racial divide, but there is a class of people that look just like me, you, him, and him, that don't like their own people.
I mean, we be worried about whether we like somebody or not. Like we went to school, we went to work, and we've experienced life, and life shows you that you gotta live with these motherfuckers. You ain't got to like motherfucker. We still got to share the same planet, yo. So all right, like you ain't got to like him, you ain't got to like me, you ain't got to like none of us. That's okay. Right. But we got to share this damn planet.
We all we got, bro. That's like what my mama say, bro.
If we can't put what our likes and shit aside to get shit done, then what the fuck, man?
Right.
It's that simple.
Yep.
That's a fact. We keep honing in on the shit that make us separate and keep falling apart. We need to figure out the shit that bring us together, nigga. We all need some land to eat while these big corporations trying to put money in between us. They don't want us to just get the food. They want us to work for the money first. You got to burn up all your energy to work before you can even go. And if you want to plant some shit, now you got to do extra work to tend to your garden. Come on, nah, we could just tend to the garden and live a beautiful life now. But instead, we separating and keep pointing out how we so divided. How, man, if that nigga keep coming over here, he might like smoking weed, and I don't like that smell. Well, then my nigga don't have him living in the house. Let him stay, and you got the 14 acres. Let him stay 13 acres away from you. You never gonna smell it. You're never gonna see him.
Some niggas like different strands of weed. Some niggas like sour. Some niggas like that Kush. Some niggas like some haze or something, right? So, you know, everybody don't like the same weed, but y'all all smoking weed. What the fuck?
Right.
But see, but hold on, wait a second. I'm gonna let you say this. I'm gonna let you say something, Zero. But I think, see, that's why I said he was trolling, bro. Because he said, I'm really good at getting y'all talking. And either you trying to troll again or you got cognitive dissonance. He say, all laughs aside, I'll still be here for you guys. Unity is the key, but separation is the natural course. It's in a sense, yes, that's true and false, but that's what we trying to tell you. Yes, the lions don't sleep with the fucking giraffe. They don't go over there in the giraffe house and sleep with them. But when it come down to it, if they get at the water hole, they not fighting for the water. They not saying, why you over here, bro? You supposed to wait for me. You supposed to be on that side. They don't care about that, nigga. We gonna get the same water. And if that alligator jump out, we both fighting that nigga.
Yeah.
Simple.
And all the animals know not to disrespect the water.
Good. Now, let me say this. Like people be going like above and beyond certain shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like too much flame will burn your ass, right? You know, just the right amount of flame, you can cook some shit up, right? So this is what I'm saying. Lions ain't gonna go eat up the whole fucking jungle or the whole fucking safari, right? Because if they do that, they die. You get what I'm saying? So everything has its universal design for a reason, right? Like every human is not gonna go and just take up all the fucking land, because then that person ain't gonna have nothing else to buy.
Right.
You feel or do. You feel what I'm saying? It's just that type of sense you gotta have with certain stuff, right? You're not gonna drink up the whole ocean by yourself. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna go eat up all the fruits on one damn tree. Your body can't eat that much amount of food every day like that.
Yeah, that's why money fucked the world up, man. Money got crazy, man. Like he talk about money and shit. Like that, you know, that shit just leads to madness.
He said, I'm laughing at the logic. The water hole thing is dumb because they need the water so they don't die. But after that shit, the best believe the lion is killing a giraffe. Now, this is where human consciousness comes into play. Because after we all see each other at the water hole, we don't have to start fighting for the land now. No, we can go back home now. We don't have to hunt each other and fight each other for the land no more.
Now,
because we're conscious.
Before you drag that on, let me say something. Lions don't eat meat hour on the hour, bro. If
Right.
they eat one fresh kill, nigga, their belly is full for more than 12 hours a day. The only time they're in an aggressive hunting stage is when they haven't ate for a long period of time. And lions fast for like 2 to 3 days out the week, bro. They don't just eat for raw flesh every day like y'all think y'all do. Y'all be out there with these animals 24/7 studying these animals like y'all think y'all do. Y'all watch these geological shows and now you believe what you see. Animals. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta,
one thing we don't have to prove. You know, we don't have to sprint to catch people who run slow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, like if he chooses to exist in the comments, then let him stay there. You know, it's like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Some people just practice divisive behavior just to be heard. And that's what he's doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So even that's why he's still in the comment section going back and forth. And it's like, we giving him that energy. We can just continue building on what we was building on, you know? And so, you know what I'm saying? And that shit just phases itself out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what he's saying, he's making himself irrelevant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just said, you talk like we live in a plentiful world. Finding water is so hard. The world is still plentiful. And yes, finding water would be hard, but just like Average Tea Sipper said, finding water is hard. But I'm gonna let you speak, Drew. Hold on.
Like right, there's a creek on the property. I wanted to tell you.
And that's what I was telling him. But watch this. But watch this though. He said, Average Tea Sipper said, finding water is hard, but fighting for it makes it harder. Exactly. So you get shit like that happens recently. The oil spill, I mean, not the oils, them chemical spills and shit. This is what you'll get. You'll get motherfuckers fighting over the politics of who should get the land because they don't have the mentality that we all needed. They don't have that mentality. They don't give a fuck that we all need it. They want to either control it or nobody get it. If I can't control it, then you can't have it either. And this is what they be doing, man. This is why you got to learn that mentality that you got is the mindset of this modern man. It's not the one that's showing everybody who they're loving, everybody care. They're trying to capitalize off of it, so they'll do anything. They'll poison it just so they can be the only one to come fix it. Like this is crazy, man. Y'all, you tripping, bro. You could say that this is not an abundance. This world is literally abundant. It's literally abundant.
Yep.
Who out there know how to build homes?
I'm not kidding. Like,
you know, like he got some land, right? He got 14 acres of land. Who know how to build some homes?
And he said it's a creek on there, and that lets you know that's running water. That means it's clean water. It's also probably drinking water, nigga. And then you can build, like I said, build that little water mill. Now you got energy you can now put into your house.
Let's link up people who want to do stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, we want doers and not people who just complaining about what ifs. We ain't got time for what ifs. We ain't got time for, shit. This shit is damn near about to hit the fan. Like, these people talking about the debt ceiling and raising the debt ceiling. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, what you gonna do? Like in Nigeria right now, people went to the damn bank. They can't get their money out the bank. What if that shit happen over here right now? You try to go to the bank, and millions of people all across the country trying to go to the bank and can't get their money out.
But
We ain't got time to
hold
be
on, wait a minute.
nonsense.
The mother said
Let's
he didn't offer that.
build and put things in place and start creating this pipeline or something just in case something happens. What are we gonna do in a situation where most of the people walking around with debit cards trying to make debit transactions and all that shit just freeze? What we gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Solution. Let's be solution.
I can answer that if you want me to answer it. Honestly,
Let's be solution.
now, if you asking me, someone that has experienced this monopoly and now is back in nature, so as we speak, right? Like we normally do, everything is embedded in your DNA, right? Your DNA is messages. So for me, if I'm off grid and my mind gets to being creative and start imagining ways to shelter myself, and I see a whole bunch of materials around me, and I ain't spend no dollar on it, but it's wood everywhere, right? There's metals everywhere, all around you, all around us, all the time, literally. I would just start putting these things together and start being more creative with these things instead of relying on a printed piece of paper to do it for me. You see what I'm saying? Because this paper is doing it for you. You buying it versus you cutting the tree down and staving it and
Right.
together is the step that you're missing, right? You keep overstepping that part. And you want that paper to do it for you. Oh, hey, Migo, or hey, brother, or hey, white guy, can you do this for me? Instead of saying, you know what, let me put this back in my pocket and do it for myself. Let me go cut this tree down, shave it up, build me a little fort. I done seen plenty of people on this social media platform that we get on live in the woods, live in big ass tree houses. I mean, they're building, yo. They're not speaking on this shit. They're building this shit without money. They're doing this. It's possible. This is not a theory. This is real time. There's people out here doing that shit for real.
Yep.
And our focus is on this monetary system when it doesn't have to be that way. This is a choice that we're choosing to do. I keep telling people this. This is the decisions we make is the way we're gonna go with the end.
I'm literally trying to take like a little bit of like that Amish thing and make it work in real time for people that aren't used to it. I was like, it's more they're leading by example. I was like, that's a good example. Okay, how can I apply this to to everybody else? How can we take that lesson? We may not want to live like completely like Little House on the Prairie, but if we can't manage all of it, maybe we can take some of it though and apply it to
the community of science.
Coming
together that know how to do things.
Now you can take the CDs, the CDs that we listen in the car. That is a solar panel, right? You can use 30 of those, encase it in what they call those Oregon pyramids. The gooey stuff that turns solidated. You can solidate all of those CDs after you wrap it in copper. Probably about 40 times you wrap the CD. And those little CDs will turn into free energy if you lay them out in a row or a column after casing it, right? Glue it to a pole, right? Have a black and white connector, a positive negative connector into one little small generator, and you have one solar panel that will power 220 volts of watts for one house. You get what I'm saying? So I'm telling y'all that if you just pay attention to the schematics of nature itself, it will show you how to create these things. I'm telling you. We don't need industries. We don't need this, that y'all need. Those aren't needs.
Let's converge on these things. We talking about land. We talking about free energy. We talking about water. We talking about building. You know what I'm saying? So people who's watching this, if you can add a piece to the puzzle, If you have a special skill, you got something that say, hey, we can build a community, we can develop something. We have a collegiate of science coming together.
I
People that
believe
know how to do things.
I may have.
Did y'all just hear what this brother just said? Well, he just dropped some major science on you, yo.
But
You know what I'm saying?
and that's my thing though, bro. That's my thing, brother. A lot of these people are doubting our community. I don't think they got faith or have hope in our community that we are having so many different avenues of people that's in this so-called conscious community, like brother like him, and Resonant be coming through with all the different science on how to make motherfucking free energy devices and shit. So it's like, and the nigga Goo, all these, we got a lot of people in the community that dive into these different sciences and shit, that's building generators, trying to build other shit. So it's like, bro, we're trying to build alternative sources of energy, shit that ain't normal to the regular people. So I get why it's a lot of pushback, but you can't push back if you don't know this.
We should be giving these people the resources and the space to explore this kind of stuff. If we have the
can be because you dependent on somebody else. And if the lights cut off today or tomorrow, you'll be asked out. So if somebody telling you that, yo, I know how to create free energy, you know what I'm saying? Just like I got a brother here in Philly, he got his own land with his solar panel set up, converted to an inverter, and he got free energy in his crib. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to pay no electric bill. You know what I'm saying? So if a situation where the grid cut off or some bullshit happened, that motherfucker can still charge his phone. How many of y'all gonna be around trying to charge your phone if they decide to cut your grid off?
Right.
You know about rolling blackouts where they got scheduled blackouts?
Yep.
And
you know what they gonna do? They gonna fight for it because that's their mentality. Their mentality is fight for it.
Emojis is not going to help you. Getting somebody's contact information is going to help you. You should be trying to link up with people who's talking about real science and survival tactics, not put your emojis in the comments. That ain't going to help us. We be shot of luck when your phone don't charge. You can't hit the crying emoji or the prayer emoji and all that shit. That shit ain't going to help us. It ain't going to help us, family. You know what I'm saying? We need sciences. We need people that know how to do shit. We want people who got the will to survive. You know what I'm saying? Playtime is over. They closed La La Land in 2020, nigga. And it's been standing in line for La La Land ever since. La La Land is not opening back up. Y'all wishing y'all could go back to 2019. La La Land is closed, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not on survival tactics, you are literally throwing your life away. We're talking about how we going to develop something that we can survive. Yo, some of y'all got kids out there.
That's what
you know
saying.
Y'all got kids out there.
That's what I'm saying.
What you going to do when you can't feed your kid? You know, the average grocery store has only got 2 weeks worth of food, yo. Y'all know what happened in Buffalo?
Yeah.
When the tops supermarket got shot up, I know them people in Buffalo.
And that's my thing too, though. Listen, and that's my thing. It's a lot of people who, like you said, they got kids or something. They might not got a lot of money. And if a brother like him say he got some land, or anybody got some land that's willing to let them come, and maybe you got to work on the land to get you a house or help build a house, so they can help you build you a house or something. But this the thing. Hold on. This the thing. Wait a minute, Alpha. Hold on. Let me land the plane. Let me land my plane, Alpha. This the problem, though. This the problem. What's going on is that even if they offering that, the brother Tiger is basically saying, well, nah, they might not want us there. We might overstep our boundaries. And we're trying to tell him, the people that's going to be in charge of these lands that we're trying to be saying that some people are going to seek refuge to, in a sense, we're going to try to, these people that we're trying to incorporate all of this shit that we saying is going to have the mentality of allowing this. They're not going to be these stingy people. We're not trying to incorporate this with people. So the one thing I want to do is I want to let the brother Drew actually speak for himself, though, when it comes to his land, to say what he is actually willing to allow on his shit.
Oh yeah, like my whole idea was, like I told you, like in North Carolina, they allow you to farm. Like, you don't even have to have much acreage. You can have livestock and you can
No,
farm the land.
no. I'm talking about I'm talking about with you yourself. You say you got 14 acres. What are you willing to do with your acres?
I want to turn it into some kind of like co-op where people come, like, produce food. I mean, if there's all these hungry, starving people, why do they have to be hungry? Why? Why can't we just take their money they're wasting on shit garbage and turn it into real good food and then give it back to them? Why is that a hard mentality? Churches used to.
Listen, they putting
Hold
mRNA shit
on.
inside the food.
Because I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you why though. I'm gonna
You know
tell
what
you
I'm
why.
saying? They're putting fucking
Right,
genetically modified organisms inside of food,
that's why
yo.
people to be
So if
able.
you not trying to grow your own food, you gonna be eating some bullshit, yo. For real, for real.
Right.
But no,
Because
listen to me. No, listen to
fuck
me. Listen to
your
me. I'm gonna
preference,
tell you why it's gonna be
trying to
hard.
survive.
I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna be hard. It's because the regulations of these big companies will make you either, like he said, jab up your livestock, limit how much you get, limit what foods you can have or how much
Right.
you grow.
Yeah.
So the big corporations are gonna try to impede on that. So this is what we're trying to even find a way to fucking get away from all of that. But that's a whole nother stance before we can even figure out what kind of people we're gonna even put on this. So when you saying you want to have like a partner up with a grow some food to feed people, do you don't mind? What are you so are you not paying attention to? I'm not trying to put it in a bad way, but uh are you doing anything that's gonna be leading towards the homeless people
That's
or for homes for people?
yeah. Not to put them first or anything, but they were pretty much first on my list because, like, that's where I came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what when I talk about paying it forward. Drew, I'm like I said, I've told you before, I'm like lucky to even be here.
right.
So the fact that I'm standing here is a testament to God. So that alone, yeah, I kind of put them first. Sorry, everybody else. You know what I mean? Yeah, they kind of come way ahead of you, but like,
That's right.
but you'll accept that once you get part of it too. So that's just how it goes, though, for me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the same
Like
mentality I got. Go ahead, Zero.
like the natives say, Hyoka is a person that will give their last, make sure that people get there first,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the type of people we are by heart,
Yep.
bro. Right? If you vibrating with your heart, bro, if all of these energy sources in your body is connected, I'm telling you, bro.
Like you see that video? You see the video where the guy was going up to East Palestine and he was like handing people the money, he was trying to help them out. And when the one lady came to the door with her grandson, I almost like lost it because like I have an 8-year-old, you know what I mean? And every time I see that kind of situation, I see my child standing there, you know what I mean? And it just, that's what hits me. Like, sure, do I want to save the adults? Sure. You know what I mean? More, but I want to save more of the people that like can't save themselves and shouldn't even have to like see half of this shit or go through half of this shit. I'm just trying to. I think they deserve the life that we were afforded, and if I have to fight somebody for it, then fucking A.
Zero.
Yeah, same things we use to create these problems, we can't use to create solutions, bro. Is all I'm saying.
Hey, Zero, can I ask you a question?
Yes, bro.
All right. The technology that you're talking about, right? In your opinion, how much material would you need to, like, let's say, to run it like a city block?
City block. All right, so off of 30 CDs and one little small generator, that's 220 watts. So a city,
Like one city block. You know what I'm saying?
city block.
Like,
Okay, so looking at
what's the average city block? Like in my city, an average city block is like maybe like a third of a mile or something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's say how many houses? How many houses would
That's
it
like
be?
so you would need something about that size right there. You see this right? This is a generator right here, right? You would need a panel about the size. You ever seen a regular size windmill?
Yeah.
Right. You would need that size when it comes to how should I put this?
There's your panel.
I think I know what you're saying. Like, if they had like a tower generator, it could, if it was tall, it'll be able to generate for multiple houses and shit.
Right. So you need. It's just like your car. Your car is a big ass body car. That small little battery is not the only source of current that's pulling it straight through the car, right? So 30, like you would need damn near probably like 30,000 CDs and like, one big plate to hold that in one standpoint and one center point,
Right.
and probably about 10 to 15 generators, right, alone
Right.
to
Yeah.
power that one current, right? But off of that one current, it will power many cities, many villages and shit, like off that one power plant.
Right.
And then,
Like, the people that are trying to step on our necks act like they have all the experts. But if we just fucking group together the people that we have that know, like, wow, he knows something I don't know. Okay, he's got a piece of the puzzle. I think we can make a go of this to the point where we can just give the system the giant fucking finger.
Yeah.
Where it's like, fuck you. I don't really need you for half of the shit. We start cutting them out of parts of your life.
I tell my people, like,
They cut us out the system.
there's not
There's
not one leader. There's not one leader.
restaurant.
I'm a leader. You a leader. He's a leader. He's a leader. There's not one leader in this big tribe that we got, in this big clan. There's not one leader. We all convert with each other because we're all leaders, right? Leaders can respect leaders. Leaders can honor leaders because leaders create leaders. Leaders don't create followers. Leaders don't create master and control. People do that.
And
leaders,
and see, you get the title of a leader because you lead yourself.
Right. So what I'm trying to tell you, if anybody has ever worked a entrepreneurship, right, or a company, as being a leader, you understand you really don't have workers. You have partners.
Right.
See, other people that's trying to control you will say, yeah, I got a payroll of workers.
Right.
This is what those
That's the mindset of the boy. He try to, like,
right.
Get their own people. You know what I'm saying?
If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you, what workers are you talking about? I have partners, a lot of partners, a lot of other leaders just like me. What are you saying to me? I'm confused. I have a leader over here that's very good at designing. I have a leader over here that's very good at counting money. I have a leader over here that's very good at moving distribution. I have many leaders. I'm
going to show my age real quick. I mentally, I pretty much think of everything like an 80s action show. So it's pretty much you're trying to form the fucking perfect A team. You know what I mean? Like obviously somebody is going to be kind of handleable, whether you like it or not. Somebody will kind of be like the
face of it, right?
It comes together through that one, conduit. But it's always the other pieces. It's always the other pieces that are like.
So look at it like this, right? If we live by a code, right, a code of honor, right, nobody is ahead of anything. It's just a code of honor that we all agree to, right? Yeah. So if we create this type of world that we're trying to create, it won't be a head that's literally in a chair telling people no, this, that. Right. The code we live by, and if you don't live by it, then all of the people that live in that society has a say-so of either telling you to go somewhere where you can live like that, or stay here and live by the code we have created that's created this utopia for us.
It's like the Amish.
It's just that simple.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These people, they get like, we don't have to live like people, but these people give us the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? And we can expound on that. And we can customize and modify things to our liking.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's the blueprint right there. It's coming together on one creed. You know what I'm saying? And living by a creed, a code of conduct.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what binds us.
Now I'm address
not that I'm over you and this person is over that person. That's what fucks shit up, because people strive for power. People strive for control. And when we all strive to be the best version of ourselves, when we strive to live up to that creed, nobody steps in front of each other. We all step together. We all eat together. We all strive together.
That dynamic among children, when one child is being paid attention to, how do the other kids feel, right? So that is how they're trying to. That's why how it's so easy to divide us. Because if I give him like a huge chunk of stuff and I deny you two, you're gonna look at me like, well, what the fuck, dude?
Right. Right.
And then you might get mad at him because he got you. You know what I mean? That's how they keep that shit spinning and spinning and spinning and fucking spinning. And that's why I actually loved being poor my whole life, because the things that I value, I realized are not common, I guess, anymore. Like my values are pretty core, you know?
Now,
And why I have that, like, it's for me, I don't see it like people like to see color. I'm like, dude, when you're living in a poor fucking area, all any of you see is poor. You don't see, you see each other then. Like
now,
that,
Right.
like, you see.
Somebody in the comments said, can we live together as a nation?
Yeah. Why not?
A nation has a standing army. When you talk about nations, you talking about going into people's jurisdictions. You talking about maritime admiralty law, all the bullshit they're trying to get away from. We don't need to call ourselves a nation. We can just say that we are people coming together to live. We ain't got to call ourselves nothing.
You
That's
still
the
don't
problem with that. All of that bullshit. We got to leave all that bullshit alone.
But we don't want to be naive to the fact. We want to be naive to the fact. We can't be like. It's not going to be like Woodstock, though. We can't be like naive to the fact that there's still evil in the world, and that people
absolutely
that are evil will still try to come at us. So you got to have some kind of preparedness.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely,
will have to be some kind of group of us that still know how to.
But see, the thing is this. Let me drop something on y'all.
Yeah.
You know, because we in a global state of emergency, we've been under siege for years now, right? Right. And when people, and this is the thing that happened with all of these charlatans and would-be gurus and all this shit online. These people try to get you to form their groups and their cliques. Let me share something with you that I shared with the NFAC, and they knew about this before it happened. Right now, anybody who forms a group during a global pandemic, your group and your leader will be labeled as terrorists, and you will not have due process. So now take the situation with the boy, Mr. White. You know what I'm saying? We refer to him as Mr. White. You know, they saying that he didn't get due process, right? Because these people are forming cults and groups during a global pandemic. And I have the documents, just like I gave the Grandmaster Jay. And he chose to do what he did anyway. And he got all of those people's information turned over to them alphabet people. Trust what I'm saying to y'all. It's the realest shit ever. If you form a group or name yourself anything, you are going against the U.S. government during a global crisis, and you and your people will be labeled as terrorists, and you do not have to face due process, which means you will be held indefinitely. This is not a game. These people are playing with y'all. Don't call yourself nothing online. Don't form no type of cliques. Just be people. Just stand up and say, I'm a sentient soul. And I'm standing up and I'm saying I'm tired of this bullshit. And I'm not with none of this shit. And I'm just trying to live. Don't call yourself nothing. Don't fall into these fucking traps. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? All these people that's giving up their information and shit.
Let me say something real quick. My phone, I don't know what the fuck going on. My shit been froze for the past few minutes y'all been talking. I just wanted y'all to get it in. But I'm gonna just go ahead and end it here, cause my shit ain't been moving the whole time. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. But man, fire live stream, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming and dropping y'all jewels, man.
Brother Hugh, can I say something real quick for the sisters, real quick before we end it?
Yeah, go ahead.
My sisters, we're not. Y'all have to understand, we're not as men. We create the world for you, so you're not going without your without thanks. Like, trust me, we're going to give you thanks for bringing us here. We're going to give you thanks for having us in the womb for 9 months, feeding us before we can walk, teaching us inside the bed. Like, you're not forgotten, right?
Right.
I promise you, you're not. By every good man or every righteous man, there is a righteous woman.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's not gonna be a world like how we're coming from, where women ain't gonna be able to speak.
Yeah, no.
You-
Nobody's
Sisters,
nobody's
I want to say this to the sisters. You shouldn't even give yourself to a man that's not righteous.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even let a man who's not willing to stand up and stand up for what's right into your body. From this day forward, our sisters need to start moving in a way that they start electing real kings in their life and stop running with these people that's out here in La La Land. They can't protect you. Them people that spent all the money on bottle service money and turning up at the club, they failed you. You need to recalibrate what you see as a real man out here in life. People that standing up for the cause, like people that showing that they standing up against adversity and doing real things, helping the weak. You know what I'm saying? Teaching the youth. That's who you be aligning yourself with. Don't align yourself with these weak beta people. You know what I'm saying? Align yourself with real men that's doing real things and striving to be better.
Yeah.
And that respect you. Number one, that respect you and honor your presence and benefit from you. They understand that they benefit from you. Every man deserves a strong woman next to him. You know, it's nothing to be. It's pointless to be a strong woman if you're not building up a man. I'm gonna say it again. It's pointless to be a strong woman if you're not building up your man.
Fact.
I'm saying so that's what I want to.
All right, now let Drew go, and then we're gonna end this thing.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, I mean, I didn't even know we were getting into like men and women thing. I thought we were kind of including everybody, but at the same time, yeah, my other half is my wife, like literally, like that's my other half, like, so yeah, you don't have to be sitting and be quiet, because you get along with my wife great. You're not gonna tell her to shut up, trust me. So like, yeah, you two would get along great. She's a strong woman. I surround myself by strong people, but it's not like I think about that. They just kind of gravitate this way. My mom was like that. She's on her own business my whole life.
Right.
You know, now she teaches and consults and pays it forward. She teaches at schools and she gives classes and seminars and, you know, on how to, like, you know, take control of your shit. But it's like, yeah, I mean, I think we're all past the point of all that division. I mean, at least here anyway. I don't see people as man, woman. I smoke too much weed to like break shit down that petty.
Right.
Weed is very fucking communal.
Right. Facts.
People just gotta stop joining these gangs and these subscriptions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and
trying to be accepted.
You know, it's that simple, man. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Awesome.
Peace and love, man.
Right.
I appreciate everybody that came through, dropping y'all jewels, man. Y'all did y'all damn thing. Everybody in the chat, shout out to y'all that was in the chat going in with y'all shit. Yeah, y'all went hard in there, and the numbers was good. We got the message out. I like that Smoke Tiger brought, but it just wasn't wasn't there on that level, man. It was not ready yet. But appreciate it anyway. I shout out to all of y'all, man. If y'all want some more of this, which you're gonna get for free anyway, hit that Cash App if you can, man. Peace and love to all y'all, man.
The donation is the best nation, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in this together, man. Everybody need coins, man.
That's right.
We spending a lot of money on bullshit, man. This young brother is talented, man. Hit his Cash App, seriously. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see what I can send him. But real rap, you know what I'm saying? This brother, you know, took his time out of his day to put this together to talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that brother, man. Real rap, you know what I'm saying? You know, even if it's $1, listen, it's 21 people in this joint. If everybody give $1, but good brother got $21.
Right.
And yeah, don't,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me say this one little piece and you can end it, Hugh. Remember, man, get out in your communities, man. Don't be so hooked on this. I know this social media is like a drug, bro. It's a high, bro. Like, literally get in your community, bro. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, for my sisters, y'all want an empowerment. Y'all want this empowerment thing. Get in your community. I'm telling you, get in your community. Yeah,
hey, bro, and I'm going to say something, too, on that.
And it's a grind. Like, right now, like, all right, like, we coming to y'all, we dropping knowledge, but, you know what I'm saying, my man, we in the grind. We
But
all
see now,
gotta cut
check
these corners.
this out
We
too
all
though,
gotta
because
eat.
this
We all
because
gotta
what
pay bills.
make it fire what Zero just said though. When I be on live shit like earlier today, I went back there and got me some gas and shit. But I be on live and shit back there, so they be like, "Oh, you on live and shit?" I be like, "Yeah." And then so sometimes when I'm not on live, it's a couple people that be back there. I don't even be knowing them niggas be watching my shit, but like they'll see me and be like, "Hey, bro, I seen your last live. That shit was hard, bro." They be like, "Oh, this nigga really be live like that? What you be talking about, bro?" And so a lot of niggas be wanting to talk about it a little bit, but because they so hood, they not really all into that like that. But they, it's like, bro, that community shit. Sometimes it do kind of give you the big head and make me feel good and shit. Like, damn, niggas is hearing my message and shit. Like, damn, that's cool. But it's also like it fill my heart up because it's like, damn, niggas will listen to this shit, and because I'm trying to reach niggas on this level, they actually understand, and it's kind of sort of shifting the paradigm a little bit, and it's actually working though. I didn't know it would actually work.
Man,
Like niggas
it's
is
good, man.
sometimes paying attention, and not all the time because they still hooked on the Matrix. But I just like that reaction that damn motherfuckers is really watching though.
Right, man.
Right.
It's just just focus on the positive, man. Like you're doing good, man. You're doing good works, and that's all that matters, man. And and nothing else matters. I'm a fan of yours. You know what I'm saying?
Like I was saying,
So
like I was saying, bro. Not to cut y'all off, but like I said, if we're in a community that's dealing with how you say sickness in a sense, right? And we're the cure for that. There's many ways we can give them the cure, not just digital, but physical, emotionally,
Right,
spiritually, other forms of this thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you really want this empowerment thing, like we trying to do for our people, empower them to be better, empower them to keep growing and developing,
right,
creating,
right.
keep moving forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't be the
that's
only
right,
form of it. You get what I'm saying? We can't
I
just
don't.
stop
right.
I
this.
don't
We have,
want anybody
you feel me?
behind either.
Right. It's not just entertainment. This ain't entertainment, yo.
And we
Right.
can't just
This is
only
real. This
do it on
is life
here, is
shit.
what he's saying
Oh
though.
yeah, yeah,
This, this,
1,000. Like you have to live the shit. Go live it.
Right,
Go right now. Go live.
this real life shit, man. This ain't entertainment. This is real life.
for
You know what
real.
I'm saying? So real recognize real, man. Real eyes see real lies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Like I
And
said,
of course, like if all four of us, if we had some land, of course we all different motherfuckers. So we're not gonna want to stay up in each other's face all the time. We're gonna want to be separated a little bit. That if that nigga want to walk butt naked to go check his mailbox, I don't want to look out my window and see him. So I want to be in a different position, show my house turned a different way. Some shit. Yeah, no, I want to. We gonna have our space. It's gonna be. That's the type of shit we're trying to have though. But people got the mentality of how this modern lifestyle is bunching everybody together in the city, squeezing
Right.
everybody up, you walking over each other's feet. Like, nah, man, we trying to go back to the original way, the simple life.
Right. The simple life. Now, one thing I want to add to that is that a lot of people live in Wi-Fi sandwiches. What is a Wi-Fi sandwich? When this person got a router, that person, like, let's say you live in an apartment complex, and everybody in that building got their own Wi-Fi signal. You in a Wi-Fi sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Where you got signal bombarding you left, right, up, down,
Right.
every angle,
That.
all day, all night. You know what I'm saying? Your body can't heal like that. So
Right.
if you got somebody that got open air, space, natural, away from all that bullshit, all them signals and radiators and smart meters and all that bullshit, you got an opportunity to build something that's natural, that's real, that's connected
Right.
to the earth, where you could go out and ground and take your shoes off and walk around and let the electromagnetic current go
That.
through your body and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Take that opportunity, man. Get out of them
Right.
Wi-Fi sandwiches, man. That shit
And
scrambling
see
your brain
exactly, see
and shit
what you
like that.
saying is fire because like say if he say, all right, I'll let you buy an acre. Now if I buy an acre from him, if I wanted to make my little acre a grounding spot because it's just natural grass and I just cut the grass, make sure it's cleaned up, make sure it's fresh, then people can come over there where I set it up and we can have a live stream where or no live stream, fuck the live stream shit. Make it like a grounding house to where some people can come sleep there. I know y'all seen that
Right.
video where the old man was like he had some back problems and sleeping problems, but he made this little grounding device, and he was all the way upstairs, and he put the shit all the way to the ground downstairs with the little copper wire shit, and then boom. He said overnight, instantly, his whole sinuses, all that shit was affected. It was like, damn, he felt a lot better.
Yeah.
Now, if he continued to do that over time, and which he did, he made a whole like program for that shit. It was healing motherfuckers. So I could set up some shit like that on my little 1 acre if that's what I wanted to do. But this is some shit that if we a community, nigga, we can build a whole space where everybody can go there.
Right. Now, just in the meantime, between time, if you're interested in grounding out there, you know, you can get what's called grounding bed sheets. You can buy them on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Now, these bed sheets, they have an electric current that's go through them. You see the coils in the bed sheets. You plug it into the joint, right? And then you know the third prong on your plug in the joint, not the two slots, the circle part. You plug it in there, and that gives you a grounding current while you sleep. You know, that'll deal with a lot of the ailments that that he was talking about.
That's
so
right.
in the meantime, in between time, if you're interested in grounding and you can't get out into nature, get you some grounding bed sheets, grounding pillows. You know what I'm saying? Invest in Mylar. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get you a Faraday bag. You know what I'm saying? To protect your devices and shit like that. Look up shit like fire sale and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? What could happen if somebody was to take over the grid or some computer hacking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get you an EDC bag, everyday carry. Some things in there that if some shit was to go left, you could at least make it home. And always remember, your primary objective as an adult is to make it home safe, no matter what. So I don't give a fuck if you went out in the world and you ain't make $1. If you made it home safe, you a fucking winner. My hat goes off to you. I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I know we got to end this, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to just give, of myself or what I can. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
That's right. That's right.
But do the things, do the things that protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Research the things to protect yourself. They be
right.
Research if the earth is flat and shit. The shape of the earth ain't gonna kill you. The shit that happens on it is gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
I say peace and benedictions, man. Love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. Peace and love, man.
Later.
Appreciate everybody, man. Truly, man. I appreciate everybody who hit the donations. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat and man, shout out to y'all, man. Fire live stream. I'm gonna post this shit to the YouTube channel. It's in my bio. So if anybody wanna rewatch it, it's gonna be saved here, saved on YouTube. Shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace and love. See y'all on the next one.
That brother Cash App, man. Peace.
Peace. Wow. It won't let me end it now. God damn, that shit won't even let me press the end button. What the fuck? Wow. But I think if I just close out the app, it should be in my archive. Bro, what the fuck? My screen is like on bullshit. Damn. That's crazy. It won't even let me. Yo, why did they just freeze my shit up like that? Damn. Alright, so I'm gonna just X out the app. Hopefully the shit is in the archive so I can upload the shit, re-upload. Peace and love, man. This stupid ass app.